Go find Dan, and I'll just hit. It'll go over the overlay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yesterday, how did you do?
I got second place. I lost by 4 feet.
And today?
I was 700 pounds light because I didn't really know the weight of the tractor, and that was the first time I ever pulled her. And today, well, let's talk about today. I put her in the 16,000 pound class. I put her in turret gear. They were all 280, 290. One was 310, maybe 312.
And you were?
I put her in at 370 feet right in the sand pond. The only mistake I made, I didn't put her right in the registration booth with the girl.
Let's make some noise. Good running. John Deere out of Ocean, Iowa coming up. We got one right behind us.
Mike, take it away. RJ said beforehand doesn't want me to talk a lot, so Mike, just take it away, buddy. Go with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Grow Pulling. We're going to kick things off with really what has taken the internet by storm, the mega pull with the mega payout from Farley, Iowa, headed up by brothers RJ and Brandon Simon. Welcome to the show, RJ, and tell the world about this big vision, this big pull you've got cooking for 2025.
Yeah, hi Mike, Jason, Kinsey, how are you guys? We've dreamed up something that's been in the works for a long time, but it's never happened. We've thought about something like this for years and just never rolled with it. Always just a little gung shy, possibly just a little nervous on making it happen. So we just always kind of been hanging back there, not really doing it. And with talking to a lot of pullers this year and just kind of feeling everyone's vibe, you could tell that just it's always been expensive, but it's getting more and more expensive as we build this equipment and maintain it and, make it all happen. So we wanted to do something that possibly could be, I guess, life-changing for a puller versus pulling for, a lot of fans don't know, but, there's there's no money in truck and tractor pulling, really. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's just we're having fun. It's never been about the money. It's a hobby. We're having a blast doing it. We all love the sport. That's why we're doing it. That's why you guys are doing this tonight, and we're all doing it because we love the sport, and we're just trying to make it better. So we went ahead and dreamed up $50,000 to win, and we're like, how can we do $50,000 to win? And many said, no way it could be done. Well, we did the math, and we said, well, what if we do a $2,500 buy-in? The pullers pay $2,500 to come pull. And the comment I got from the consensus was kind of about 50-50. Oh, no one's going to do that. That's too much. And then the other half was, hell yeah, $2,500 for what we're spending is, not a lot of money, in the same in today's world. And I mean, with inflation, I feel $2,500 like if you go back 10 years is, like $250 nowadays. I mean, that's about where it goes, and everything's changed. So we went ahead and said, okay, how are we going to structure this? So we all kind of feel, and there's a lot of pullers that feel this way, big classes are tough to compete in. When you start getting 50 at Bowling Green and then big shows or, any big class, it's a tough sled. The track changes. And we said, well, what if so we're only going to take a max of 50 vehicles. So whoever enters the 5 classes, which is 4-1s, Jason, you still got one? You building another one maybe?
I just have Tony bought the chassis from me, RJ, but I heard that class is full already. So
it is, but you never know. I mean, I can put you on the wait list. So there is a wait list for the 4-1s, but don't be afraid, folks, to 4-1 pullers sign up.
Okay.
and get on there and get signed up for the wait list. Once we
RJ, I'm going to interrupt you a lot, not on purpose.
No, I
truly
like
want
that.
this to
I
go
kind
on.
of don't want to talk the whole time, so ask the question. It's all good.
How does a person sign up, RJ? Are we texting RJ? Are we emailing RJ?
We have a link. I don't know if Kinsey has it. I guess I should have sent it ahead of time, but we have a Google form doc. It's pretty standard form. It's about just a few questions. You put in your class, your vehicle name, and it's pretty self-explanatory, very simple form. It was my brother-in-law Joe kind of dreamed it up real fast one night because I was getting exactly that, Jason. I was getting all these texts that, hey, I'm in, I'm not in, and ask a lot of questions. And it was so overwhelming. I'm like, I can't possibly remember who to text back, who to message back, who to eat. So I was like, we got to get something together. So we started this Google form. Basically, you just come on here and you fill it out, put your email, your class you want to enter, like the Pro Stock and 4-1 isn't on there. It's just a wait list because the actual classes are full. We won't cash your check if you're on the wait list or whatever. You send it in. It's just if all of a sudden Jason Schultz calls me today and says he can't come with his Pro Stock, which I know you don't have a Pro Stock, Jason, but if you never know, but if he called me and said he can't make it, then obviously the first guy that entered on the wait list is in. So
what we're showing right now on the screens, fan, is the actual Google Doc that RJ and his team have put together for this event, June 12th, 13th, and 14th. Again, RJ's talking about, the Pro Stocks are full, the 4-1s are full, but there could be a waiting list. Somebody doesn't get a crank. Somebody breaks something on the dyno. It's the same thing that happens to us with the Pullers Championship.
Kenzie, stop right there and zoom in on that. I feel like this is going to be a question a lot of people are going to ask, and I love that they've had the foresight to go ahead and answer this right here. So, RJ, you guys do kind of have a procedure set in for, you're going to text or you're going to fill this out and say, hey, we're coming to pull. But as far as like when and how they send that buy-in, there is a good kind of hard and fast procedure right here. So, folks, if you're curious about that they're find out.
Mail a check in to 300 Raceway. It's real simple. This is all for you pullers here. This really isn't for the fans yet. Obviously, the pullers, you'd go on here, you'd send your check in. 100% of the buy-in is going back to the puller. 100% plus. There may be 100 and some odd percent. So it's going. There's none of that 2,500. Do I get none of it? Does association get? It all goes back. Me as a promoter, I'm gonna pay the purse, we are gonna pay the purse on Thursday and Friday night. So those will be a Grand National purse each night. So to back a few steps up. So like right now, there's 42 two-wheel drives currently. There's 29 four-wheel drives. There's 27 mini rods. So we're taking up to 50. But I've had a lot of questions, a lot of fans and stuff. What are you going to do if mini rods don't get 50? We're still going to run this thing. We're already too far into it. I'm not going to back it up. I'm hoping I can get at least 42 because that's where the break even is for the purse that I put out there. But if not, I'm just going to work really hard to sponsors and get enough to make it happen. And
so if you get 27 minis, RJ, you're still going to pay out 50.
We're going to pay out 50. We haven't, I guess we haven't talked if we're only going to get 27, but I hope we get more than 27.
Well, that's a number we have right now.
Yeah, we haven't talked that close, but I think I'm pretty confident we're going to get 35. I mean, there's a lot of big name pullers that, run the Grand National and or PPL circuit that have not signed up just yet. But I mean, we have vehicles from Canada, vehicles from all over. I mean, it's just crazy how widespread it is right now. Just California, we've got vehicles from California coming out. It's just amazing the support we've got. This past weekend, we were at the PPL banquet and just of support from pullers, a lot of questions why, and I think the biggest why is just to grow the sport. We just and one other thing I got, they said, a lot of guys were like, do I think this is going to change pulling going forward? No, I do not. I don't think this is the answer for, say, Jason Schultz's association was putting on 10 events next year, for him to do this model, which I know I'm just using that example. This isn't the answer for that deal. This isn't you can't just roll with this and everyone jump on this bandwagon and try this. It's not going to work. It's just,
Donnie, we got 29 four-wheel drives, and they would love to have you come up.
Yeah, I'd love to have Donnie here. So, I mean,
we saw him last weekend in California, and I know you were texting while Chase was running the starting line camera. That was enjoyable, watching that. So that was a good time there, RJ. So.
Yeah, I was texting. I didn't know who that. I thought you guys just found a guy that was looking for a job out there, and you guys just helped him out. I didn't know who it was.
He said, if I'm riding all the way to California with you guys, I'm going to do something. And I said, all right, cool. Starting line camera. That's the best camera to run, right in the action. So, but yeah, no, Donnie, we'd love to have you out here. When we saw his trucks last weekend, they can run. RJ, they can run with anybody. He's proved it at Bowling Green.
Yeah,
I pulled against him last year at the Polish Championship.
No,
so with a 4-wheel drive, at least on one night, I broke Friday night, couldn't come back. But my thing is I just want to make pulling different. I want something like this different. I mean, this is no punt against any other pull that's out there. This is just something that's different. I mean, and we want to try it. And if it works, possibly we can work hard if all the pullers love it and the fans love it, and do a series in 26. Who knows? But right now we're just going to put all our 100% of our knowledge into this pull this time and hope it goes great and the pullers love it. And that's what we're looking forward to. I mean, we've got the 4-1 class is such a great mix of, outlaws, PPL, NTPA, it's really cool. So, yeah. So I'm just going to go back and start kind of over. I kind of jumped around there at the beginning.
RJ, is there anything on your Facebook page that Kenzie can put on the screen, like showing the payouts and stuff? Do you have anything buried down deeper in there?
Yeah, yes, I do, Kenzie, if you can find it. Yeah, I got the actual kind of the original post. So it's been a while. You'll have to dig deep. I may sell a few things here and there. So,
here, real quick, I want to answer this question. David Vandenberg's from Michigan. He watches every Monday night. So I think the post that you saw, the reason I wanted to have you on tonight, RJ, was because the NTPA put out the post about switching weekends with Hutchinson, which needed to happen. Yep. I'm glad you and Roses worked that out. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad you helped out too with that. Appreciate that.
We're all in this together. I don't know. So basically, you haven't decided yet for 26 or 27, but your dates are going to be consistent.
Our dates, right? Yeah. We have nothing else locked in for 26 or 27. We just have our dates worked out so we don't have a situation like this year where.
And can you talk about the venue? People don't realize that you own a wedding venue and that thing's booked out, because there was I heard a lot of, hey, RJ's your friend. He's being a peckerhead to Roses. And I'm like, no, that's the only date that RJ had open. And I really want people to we've got a lot of people.
So nowadays, which is it's kind of strange to me, but I guess nowadays people book weddings 2-3 years out in advance. So I don't even know if they met the woman yet or not. If you're not married, maybe, you got to just lock a venue down. I'm not sure. So, but people book wedding venues out years in advance. So I need to have my dates locked down. So I've always been under the assumption second weekend in June was my weekend. Father's Day switched weekends, which other people go off holidays, and Father's Day is a holiday. And that's what the Rose family went off of. Total, my fault, whatever. I just, I ain't taking no blame for it. I ain't saying that we're perfect, but more of the story is we worked it out. So yeah, in 26 and 27, Farley will be the weekend before Toma. So, and going forward, and Rose, and this really helps out me and Ricky in a couple different ways, because then Ricky there's a music festival that's close by.
Yep.
And Ricky doesn't have to deal with that right there.
I believe. I can't see. It's really small.
No, and I really wanted to dive into that, RJ, and I know you're not afraid to talk about anything, and it's good to hear it straight from you. The boss himself, it dials it in. Kenzie's looking for that payout.
I got it. It's just it's being funny. You can't really click on since it's
On Facebook.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
Facebook.
RJ, while that's getting pulled up, one thing I was curious about, you were lining out how Thursday and Friday are going to be normal Grand National payouts. Will Thursday and Friday, I saw one of the comments come up here, will they be NTPA points hooks as well?
No, they can't. So there's no points hooks this
Okay.
weekend. You can't have points hooks because, unfortunately, not every points vehicle has signed up. You know,
Okay.
there's, you know, so unfortunately, no, there's no points involved in this weekend. This is just a non-points event, but it's sanctioned through NTPA.
Okay.
So with that, you know, there's a lot of reasons why we did that, because the tech is one huge factor. You know, we have a lot of good tech people behind it. Insurance, obviously, for the pullers and everything, and then just all that, everything else that comes with an association. We're excited about it, and you know, then we did sign with Full Pull Live on doing the live stream. So that's gonna be live. We're not sure how that's gonna be all formatted just yet and whatnot, but we'll announce that at a later date. But also, so yeah, how it's working. So there's 50 vehicles potentially in each class. So we split those in half. Okay, half of those are gonna run Thursday night, half Friday night. But for instance, a multi-vehicle team. So if there's, say, Jeff Hurt, he's got 2 tractors, just say, for instance, and if he wants to be split up, we'll automatically split him up in each day. And I'm saying Jeff because he just signed up, but we'll automatically split them up to each day if he wants us to. And I shouldn't even use his name because there could be a chance where he might not want to be split up because he might have to pull his super in Macville, but whatever. He might want to be both on Thursday night, but my thing is right now is the pullers are going to have a lot of voice in this. I've already been communicating with all the pullers that have signed up through emails. And we're going to be sending out information to them. Once we get all that locked down, we'll be announcing a lot more out to the public and whatnot. So one thing we haven't talked about, you haven't seen on any social medias or anything, and we haven't talked about this, but it's rainouts. So if Thursday night was to get rained out, we would pull Thursday night show Friday at noon. If Friday night was to get rained out, we would pull that show Saturday at noon. And if Saturday night did get rained out, we would run that Sunday at noon. If for some reason Saturday was rained out and Sunday looked like a 90% chance of rain, you know, these are all really, really hypothetical, then we would obviously have to get with the pullers to ask what they would like to do, because obviously pulling is a hobby. Like I said, we would have to really, a lot of people need to be back to work on Monday. They've already been there for 3 or 4 or 5 days. So we just have to talk to the pullers in that aspect to figure out how they would like it done. But there will be rain dates in play, and we're super excited about this. There's one, so with running them each day, so 25 and 25, we're taking the top 10 out of Thursday, top 10 out of Friday, and they go into Saturday night's finals. So there'll be 20 vehicles there. Okay, so that's a cool deal. So then we're going to go into, once Thursday night's show's over, we're going to go into the milestone, call it 30, 45 minutes after the show. Full Pull's going to have their I don't know, they call it booth set up, or their
Yep. Our
their
countdown to
stage.
full time booth. Yep.
Yeah, the booth with on top of the Milestone Event Center stage. We got a full stage in there, and all the winners are going to be up there. So the 5 winners from the classes are going to be sitting up there, and we're going to be there's the fans can interact with them right there that are on site and or live. We're going to have we'll have that live right away. That press conference, as we're going to call it. We're going to be doing that. And then those 5 winners are going to draw out of a hat or a bucket or something of some sort. We don't know how that's going to go, but they're going to draw out of the bottom half of the class they pulled against that night. So the bottom 15 guys are going to have one more shot to make it into Saturday night by luck of the draw.
Oh,
Wow.
that's cool.
But that puller must be present to accept that spot. If he is at his hauler or he's not there, doesn't work. You got to be there because I want you on stage and to do an interview that you just got a lucky dog, a second shot, whatever it might be, because you might have broke your blower belt and got last place, just say, for instance. You just got second chance at redemption. And that's what we want. If you're not there, if you're not in the milestone, then we pull the next name.
Huh.
We're not.
You
waiting
must be
around.
present. You must be present to win,
Yep.
Mike. You must be
Yep.
present to win, Kenzie.
You got to be at the milestone. Heard it here first.
Now, this is one thing, and this is one of the main reasons I want to have RJ on tonight. I feel like the fans, they don't think they know who's coming yet. People, they're just getting this thing going.
Yeah. So
everybody wants to see a lineup, RJ, and I'm glad people are excited. Don't get me wrong, but like when you see that, and RJ, you do a great job of answering people's questions all over social. I see all your stuff. That's awesome. But like Danny Graven, what do you want to know tonight? That's what I want. Like, so RJ kind of has an idea.
Danny, I'm not going to lie to you. This is a concept that obviously we're really early. You have not seen any schedules of any Grand National pulls, any pro pulling league, any series that I know of. Their schedules are not out there. So what I did when we started this is I got the ball rolling fast because I wanted to get in front of a lot of things, and I put the pullers first to make sure that they're going to all be there. So I got that. I got them locked in. We're having this show. We have 3 classes close to being full, and the other 2 are shortly behind it. My thing is right now is we need to work hard on getting more information for the fans and get it out there. I don't have a lot of information besides we're having a 3-day show, and it's gonna be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, and we're probably gonna start it at that 6:30, 7 p.m. range. And I'd be lying to you to tell you we put a lot of thought into what we're even charging you. I have no idea. So I'm not going to spout something off of my mouth right now and then it be wrong, because I want to do it the right way. I do apologize. I don't have all that information yet, but it will be coming very, very soon on our website, 300 Raceway, or Facebook page. I'll share it to all mine. I know Jason's been good about sharing it to all his. It'll be coming out. It's just it may take, the NTPA banquet. Obviously, we just signed with NTPA. You guys all just seen that announcement. So, I mean, that's just here in a couple weeks. Once we get that NTPA, everything all ironed out there, and it'll be coming out. We've never previously done pre-ticket sales. We're working through that. Something to change there to try to do that ahead of time for everybody. We have box seats we're working on, getting them packaged set up to where, we could sell those. We're working on, VIP sitting areas. We're working on, sponsor areas. Everything behind this pull is going to look different, feel different, and be shown different, right down to the parking. We know every puller that's coming. I'll know ahead of time. The only thing could happen is one could drop out, but none of these spots are transferable. If I blow my truck up that I signed up with, if I blow that thing up, I can't, you know, I can't sell that spot to Jason Schultz to bring his 2-wheel drive down here. You know,
Okay.
they're non-transferable. So, and the reason that being is we don't want all of a sudden somebody's got a hot rod at Louisville and he wants to take a spot of a guy that already paid or whatever, you know, it's got to be lined out. That's what it is. It is. There's no changing things. But as far as the fans go, I don't have a lot of great information besides Gary, sorry to stop there, but yeah, there's all kinds of motels. So we're 15 minutes from Dubuque.
Yep.
We're 6 minutes from Dyersville. There's a few hotels in Dyersville. There's they're just smaller, you know, a couple older ones, one newer one, and then you have Dubuque. I mean, I don't know if you can't find a chain in Dubuque of hotels that you like. You're on your own. I mean, there's literally every kind of hotel you can dream of, and that's, like I said, 15 minutes away. We also have lots of camping on site.
There we go.
The camping is all the full hookup camping is sold out.
Okay.
And so we already got the full hookups are sold out, but we have a few. We're working through all the details. So like we got some 110 plugins along our shops we're going to be selling, but then we have acres of primitive camping. So that's basically bring your generator or your
and that's
tent.
pretty much what Bowling Green is, honestly. You walk to the campgrounds in Bowling Green, all you hear is generators. And I'm not racking on it, but
no,
it's city blocks.
Right.
So I mean, I think when you have a 3-day event like this, RJ, the party, the fun, the fan experience. So I mean, if you're a fan right now, save the date. Make sure you get your dates in at work that you can get off.
Exactly.
That's really the main thing right now.
That's the main thing right now. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
And if you're not going to camp here, you can stay at, get a hotel room maybe booked in Dubuque or whatnot. Look up one, but we're literally we can throw a rock and hit Highway 20. We're right off Highway 20. Like it's not hard to find us. Actually, the 300 Raceway name is actually because we're at exit 300 in Farley. And then we are obviously the old, the 300 feet pulling track was always the go-to for a full pull for, since I was a kid until the last 10 years or so. But whatever.
Yeah.
But
390 Raceway.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 418.
Yeah. So my thing is right now is if you're a fan, you're watching this and you're like, I want to see something different.
Yep.
And I love pulling. And this is going to be a fan experience that we may never see it again. This is the largest pay and pull in history of the world. As far as I know, we're paying if everything adds up, it'll be $671,000 paid out roughly. So it's just crazy. It's crazy to think of that kind of money. And it's something I guess I never dreamed about that was going to actually maybe go. And here we are. It's rocking and rolling. So
that's the one thing. And RJ, I'm glad you touched on that earlier. I've had a lot of, what does RJ want to turn truck and tractor pulling into circle track racing? Everybody knows you guys on the track and you had the car. And I said, no, I think what he's trying to do is just show pullers and show promoters and potential sponsors that pulling can bring in that draw. So I'm glad you touched on that right away.
My thing is, I feel like pulling, I think the fans want to see something that's life-changing. I mean, there's so many pullers on this list that for them to get to 50,000, and if they won that, it's going to be life-changing. They're going to go and buy a spare motor they could never afford. They're going to go and buy a new set of tires maybe they were waiting on, they wanted to get, but they couldn't. They're going to maybe buy that new trailer they've been dreaming about. They're going to, I mean, there's so many things you could do with it. It's crazy, and if a team lucks out, there's a lot of teams in these classes, a lot of 2-vehicle teams. If they lucked out and could knock the setup out and go 1-2, I mean, they could leave a 75,000.
Yeah.
I mean, and that doesn't include the prelim nights, I mean, and then we're working with we got so many great supporters on sponsors. We're working with a lot of great sponsors on giveaways of product. And I mean, we're just so excited that the pullers have stood behind it like they have, and are interested in it, because that's what it takes. And it's going to take all you fans. I mean, I want to have the biggest crowd I've ever had here. And yeah, that's what I want. So
Fritzy says, remind fans they can walk the pits. I mean, your venue is so organized and all gravelled, and it's nice.
So that's one thing too. The layout will be totally different than years past. So I'll know every puller that's coming to this event. So we're going to lay out ahead of time all the pit area. Everyone's back doors will be lined up, and everyone will be parked by class. So be very organized. It's going to be you're going to be able to walk down, and if you're hey, I'm just a pro stock fan, I don't care about these alcohol motors, I just want to go see the pro stocks. You're going to be able to walk right down the row and see all 50 pro stocks. They're all their haulers will be lined right up. There's even going to be, as far as there's going to be a sign, a banner that's going to say pro stocks, and this is where they're starting, and then it'll go all the way till the 4-1 start, and that's where they start. And it's going to be, we're going to have it all laid out, and we're really excited about that. That's going to be different. There's going to be there's actually going to be a lot of, we're going to be doing some like a dress code for the pullers and their crew, to set kind of the bar a little bit different from a normal pull. You're going to have a crew shirt or a polo with your logo or sponsor on it. We want, or button up something. We want to bring professionalism to another level at this event, because we hope that a sponsor's there and sees this and says, "What this cost? How much do them pullers put in? Oh, they just put this much in. I want to cover that next year." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then, I mean that's a huge dream and a huge hope, and I don't.
I think you'll be surprised, RJ, if the people are there and the fans are there, and a sponsor could see what kind of impact they could have on their brand with that many people. That's where we've never.
Where it is.
Yeah, that's it. That's where it's at.
That's what we're looking for. We want to have. We're going to have a special spot for just the sponsor guys to be involved in the pull, in the extra VIP areas, and that's where the sponsors will be. So that way the pullers can go stop in there, in between the classes and say thank you and talk to them. There's just going to be so many different things that we're going to do that haven't been done. One thing about Farley, a lot of people don't know, is so our pulling track's down on the apron of the racetrack. Mm-hmm. It's not on the racetrack. So there's not a bad seat in the house, because the track it's out 70 feet from the wall, and then it's kind of elevated just 5 feet, and then your bleachers are 20 feet above that. And you can see all the action. It doesn't matter if you're sitting at where you're at, you won't miss it. And then we set up the NTPA Jumbotron right about the middle of the track. I mean, you can literally see that thing from basically all directions. I don't know of a bad spot to watch the pull at Farley. I really don't. I mean, I ain't trying to brag it up, but
if you filled every seat, what would that hold? Like, is it 3,000, 4,000, 5,000?
Yeah, if we filled all of the bleachers just up top, we're like a little over 4,000.
There's a view from the seats, guys.
But then we'll put bleachers down below.
Yep.
But so our whole facility, so the whole racetrack is the hot pit area. So that's where your VIP is. Like, we don't let anyone sit here on the racetrack right there on this side, because you're all up here in the stands right there. Yep. I mean, it's one of them deals that's just totally different, and it's just never been done in the pulling world. It's never been stepped up to this level like it is right now. Like we're trying to do, and that's all it is. It's not because anyone's doing anything wrong. The way you're doing things aren't wrong. The way you're doing things isn't a bad thing. It's just we just want to try something. They're gonna, and if it works, maybe we can get together as associations and everyone between the NTPA and the Outlaws and the Pro Pulling League and the all your big associations and say, hey, let's take some of these big events and let's throw this together, one of each one of yours, and then throw a little points race in it. And I mean, it's all doable. I mean, it just all is going to take all of us to work together and just have a blast. So, and just so you know, our racetrack isn't blacktop. That's our digit. That's just me making it look really nice.
I want to touch on this, RJ, right away, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Mark Scott, are all the classes NTPA classes? No. Okay. Can you talk about that? Because we get that a lot with Polish Championship.
Yeah.
It's an independent event. The first year we bought our own insurance, cost us $15,000, and that sucked. So we sanctioned with PPL the next couple of years. So can you talk about that a little bit? And then somebody says, "Do I got to pay a day hook? Do I got to pay?"
I'm going to correct you there, Jason, because they are all NTPA classes.
Okay, thank you.
Because they are running. We're running all NTPA rules. Which thankfully are all pretty much identical. The only thing different is like the 4-wheel drive class between Outlaw and PPL. They run the mountain motors.
Yeah.
We're just locked down at 650. And it's nothing against those guys, and I know we run against each other a few other times, but our track is typically kind of a power track, and I didn't feel, and I'm in the class now, I'm running a 4-wheel drive. I didn't feel it was a fair shake. And when you're pulling for 50,000, you want every advantage that you can have. And if that's why I did what I did, it's nothing against those guys. No hard feelings. But yeah, that's why I did what I did. So,
no, it's your event, and I don't disagree with that at all. So,
I mean, and then
what you got.
Yeah, and then every other class is the rules
4-1, 4-1 pro 2-wheelers, 4-wheelers, minis. The only thing, I mean,
and what I think Mark was saying though, and to touch on Mark, you will see pullers from all three national level associations as well as regional level, state level. Like you're gonna see, like I saw I saw some outlaw pullers over here commenting a little bit ago, and they said, we can't wait to be there. Don't think of it as just an exclusive one spot. You're still going to see people from coast to coast,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I just was saying, like, rules-wise will be in TPA. Yeah. That's all I meant. But, yeah, no, as far as that, no, I bet Outlaws in that 4-1 class is probably one of the strongest showings, I think. I'd have to go through them and really pick one by one, but it's a very strong showing between Outlaws and, like, Badger State. But, I mean, the 4-1 class was the first one. Between that and the pros, those two were like neck and neck, filled up quick. I mean, the pro stock class, there's not a name that I can think of that's a big name that's been in the pro stock world. I mean, you got names like Billy Miller in there coming out with an all revamped deal. You got names like the Baders from. I mean, chasing around. Obviously us, Brent Meyer. Masterson's, there's just the crew is just, it's just crazy. Parishes, all the Sheltons, you bring in all three of them. They signed up all three of theirs. I mean, my thing is I like that comment there. That must be Jason Schultz there. Is that you, Jason? FarmersOnly.com?
No, mine is mortgage only. RJ.
No, we're happy you come. We're happy you come there and support us. So we're glad to see you.
You and I. There's a lot of sarcasm in our friendship, and we give each other a lot of crap. But there's a lot of compliments on your RJ for what you're doing and what you're trying to do. And I know you don't like that, and that's fine. And I just want to put the comments up. So
I'm all about it. We try hard. Like this year, we spent so much money before the pull this year. I mean, we re-blacktopped everywhere where the fans walk from the minute they walk in the gate to basically everywhere there is. We put all fresh blacktop. You aren't going to trip on one rock or anything. I mean, we cleaned it all up and made it even better. And we're just trying really hard to just bring something different to pulling. And we want to walk. You know, I've had a lot of people, why didn't you have the 6th class? Because I talked originally about a 6th class. Well, we want to walk this year before we run, and we don't want to put too much into this and then it doesn't work. If the fans come out and show that they love seeing this, and the pullers come out in groves, we're super excited. And then I mentioned last week on a Facebook post about the modifieds.
Yeah.
About bringing mods in and semis. So I thought about bringing 10 mods in and 10 semis in to run run Friday night, add both them extra 20 vehicles in Friday night just for a normal purse, and then Saturday night pull for all the purse that their entry fee. And I've got multiple people that have reached out, and there might be a $5,000 buy-in for the modifieds, and we may only get 5 or 6, but we're thinking hard to do something like that just because that's what a couple of the big name pullers have asked for. And we're like, if that's what you want to do, that just shows how confident they are in their equipment. And I think we can put on a heck of a show for the fans. And that's what this is all about. End of the day, this is about, we want to put on a great show for the fans, but we also want to put on a great event for the pullers. But our number one thing is we take care of the fans. We're going to put on a great show for them. But I had to get the pullers rolling to make sure they would support this, because that's one scary thing, as you guys know, putting on the Pullers Championship and other standalone events Jason's done over the years, is if you're not running a points event, you're not like, if it's a points event, you just need to be worried about, as a promoter, who's going to come sit in the stands. That's what you keep looking at. You're not looking at the pit gate and who's coming in to pull. But when you put on a standalone event, it scares you on both sides, both gates, front gate and the back gate, because you don't know if they're not pre-signed up. You don't know if you're going to have 10 two-wheel drives there or 50. You don't know that, because it totally can go either way, and that's why a standalone event is so hard. And if you don't do it pre-sign up like this or a points event, you can't guarantee people will come, because if weather doesn't permit right for farming or anything like that, people, may not come. Where in this situation, they're not giving up their $2,500. They're going to miss a chance to run for $50,000. If it's farming season, they're just going to wait until, if they don't pull till Friday night, they ain't showing up on Thursday. They're going to show in Friday morning or whatever, and go that route. But you're going to see the best equipment in pulling in 5 classes and maybe more pull June 12th, 13th, and 14th in Farley, Iowa. I will guarantee you, and you'll see, I hope we don't, but you will see so many people. You'll see so many people that are trying to win 50 grand, because everyone is going to remember the guy that won the 50,000, or gal that won the 50,000 at Farley in 2025. They're not taking away from other pulls, but the other pulls aren't going to mean as much as the guy that just won, or gal won $50,000 at Farley.
Emotion creates atmosphere, and atmosphere is what brings in fans. People go to Bowling Green because of the atmosphere, and then a pull happens to break out right there. When you have pullers, when you can sense the energy walking through the pits, that no one's bumping the sled, and the reactions you're going to get when someone wins that first 50,000 and the roof blows off at the stands, that's what's going to make this, in my opinion, as someone just who views pulling from the fans' perspective, that's what's going to blow the doors off of this thing, is that big time emotion.
Yeah. And yeah, like Chris just asked about tech. Tech's going to be so crucial here. We have double the staff for tech. There's going to be pre-tech. You're going to be getting tech before you ever pull. And then we'll be randomly picking, might be the top 2, might be the top 5, might be the top 10. We have no idea. I have no idea. I'm not announcing it ahead of time. but they will be going into a post tech as well after the show behind closed doors in a shop and be getting all checked over. And it's not going to be a free for all. It's going to be serious stuff. I hope nothing happens, but obviously it's all going to be, like I said, pre-tech. And if everything's good and you don't change anything, you're not going to have no issues. But that's one other cool factor that is going to be involved in this is, the scale. Like, you might win the pull. You might say win the pull and you drive off track. You're all excited. We roll you around the scale and you're 20 pounds heavy. Sorry, bud, because we're checking weight. It's for 50,000 is real money. It's not going to be.
That's real.
We're not taking the chance of somebody jacking their hitch up an inch before they hook or anything. I mean, there's going to be serious tech, some serious stuff going on with tech that has never been done before too. And that's where the staff with NTPA is going to come in, clutch really good there, just knocking it out of the park, because I don't want to deal with it. At that point, I'll have nothing to do with that. That's going to be on their shoes. And, there'll be multiple people that'll do it. You'll get like I said, a pre-tech sticker. Every vehicle will go through a pre-tech, not at their trailer. They'll all have to come to maybe a shop, maybe a slab of cement somewhere. We'll figure that out at a later date, but it's going to be done right. We're really excited about it. We've dreamed about stuff like this and always thought it could happen. And here we are. And this model does come from racing. We did see it in racing. Yeah. It goes on all the time in dirt racing, drag racing. Stan Shelton was a huge supporter of this he was the first one signed up 6 vehicles, 3 minis and 6 and 3 pro stocks, because he says this is exactly how a lot of these drag races are done. And all we want is just to bring something different to the fans. This is going to be something different. The fans are going to come see this. It's going to be something that they'll talk about to their kids. This first one. I mean, it's going to be, because next year, who knows? It could only pay 25,000. It may not. Next year could just go back to a regular points hook. We don't know. We're not booking this or saying it's going to happen the following year yet, because we got to get through this year. So you won't want to miss it. Or say, who knows? The next year, there could be a 50,000 to win pull, but I may help and may put it in Benson, North Carolina, or we may put it in I don't know, Nashville, Illinois, or we may put it, in a different location and transfer it around, and maybe in 10 years they'll come back to Farley. I don't know. We just gotta. We're not doing this to make money. We're doing this to give back to the fans and give back to the pullers something just off the wall that no one's ever seen before. I mean, we've went to some of the biggest pulls in the country, and $10,000 has been, basically the largest purse any puller's ever pulled for, as far as I know.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's been Wagler started that with his little pro stock shootout, and that's kind of been the benchmark. And then you came in and threw a firecracker in the bucket. This is awesome. I just love the fact that it's making people think, RJ, outside the box. That's what it's all about for me. So,
and that's all it is, and that's all we're trying to do. It's not, like I said, we're not punting towards this is the way Fulton's future is. We're not punting because people have done it or been doing it wrong and everyone sucks. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying we want something to change and we want something different in pulling. We're trying hard, but one question before we did get asked, where can you see the lineups? Currently, the lineups are only viewable by my staff. I have shared them with NTPA, and just, I ain't gonna lie to you, everybody, just for views and everything, NTPA is gonna slowly be trickling out one class at a time on their social media platforms, just to get the views and make it so everyone sees them. I'm not sure yet how they're going to do it, but that's the plan. They have the the 2 full classes as well. If you go back and listen to the No Practice podcast that I did there a month or 2 months ago, you could see the Pro Stock and 4-1 list on that. We did release that to full pull that day, and it's just really exciting. I mean, it is. It's an exciting thing. The only thing that really bums me is that me or Brandon don't own a mini rod or a 4-1, so we can't pull in every class.
That was one of the questions I have. Will Simons own a mini rod? I'm trying to go through all the questions.
No, because they're all prejudiced to bigger guys, so they won't up the weight. So we think actually we might get a class action lawsuit going against all the mini pullers because they're prejudiced.
All the fat people.
Yeah. I think we could win. So
You probably could. You've lost a lot of weight though, RJ. You and Brandon both. So I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, we've been working hard, but it's not saying it's out of the picture. But currently, we do not have our eyes on any mini rods. But if anyone knows me, tomorrow's a new day, and you never know. Could get a phone call. And I don't know. I mean, Jason Schultz has talked about coming on board as a big sponsor for Simon Says Motorsports. So he does that. I mean, we do home loans and
we do. And right now we're not doing a lot of home loans at a current interest rate. So I'm just being real honest with all of you. It's like when you bitch about trucking rates, RJ, I'm kind of feeling your love right now. So it's all good.
I hear you. No, Chris is ready to sell his 4-1, I guess, if anyone wants a 4-1, but just know they can't get his spot into the poll. So I don't know.
I love it. Mike, I asked you last week when NTPA made their announcement. Has RJ touched? I asked
beautifully. Like he has hit everything. But just to reiterate, so RJ, one thing we wanted to do was grab a synopsis of social media and just kind of look at what are people's curiosities and concerns. I want to double check them, but I think you've hit everything. The number one question that fans wanted to know on social media: when and where will fans be able to see a list of pre-committed competitors? You've hit that several times tonight. Excellent. What is the protocol if a class does not meet its pre-commit requirement, especially concerning payout and whatnot for that class? I think that's the first thing you talked about. So
we're planning on just rolling with it. There's been a lot of push. The Super Farm class wants me to kick the mini guys out and put them in the worst way, but I've been giving the love to the Super Farm guys the last couple of years, and we're going to give the mini guys another roll of the dice. So I'm hoping the mini guys can kind of step up to the plate here. Like I said, there's, any mini competitor, if you're watching this and you're like, I don't know, get off your hands and enter. It's going to be the largest thing ever in your class's history. I mean, you guys are going to pull for $50,000. I mean, you can buy a new mini rod for that. No engine, obviously, a new chassis or whatever. I mean, you're close. I mean, not.
But RJ, $25,000 for second. That's still real.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, so one thing we haven't touched on. Okay. So that purse that Kinsey showed before, I don't know if she still has it or can blow it up, but so that purse was factored on 42 entries. Okay, I didn't even tell you any of you guys this. So that's factored at 42 entries. So like the 4-1s and the Pro Stocks, them 2 classes filled up. They're both full. So there's $20,000 extra dollars in each class yet that we have not put into that purse. So what are we going to do with that? We're going to ask them 50 pullers how they would like it. And majority rules. So if 50 Pro Stocks say they all want it in the bottom of the finals, that's where it'll go. Or if, 28 of them do. Okay, does that make sense? And if the 4-1s say they all want it in the prelim nights or they want it as tow money, that's how they'll get their extra 20,000. Okay, and then the 2-wheel drives, I'm confident we're going to get 50 of them. We're already, we're 7 or 8 of away, so I'm confident we'll get 50 2-wheelers. So the same thing goes with the 2-wheel drives. We'll have 20 extra thousand that we can click into there somewhere, but I'm going to let them vote. I'm going to send a Survey Monkey out to all the emails. I'm getting emails, obviously, for all these pullers. I'm going to send out a Survey Monkey to the pullers and say, hey, how would you like to get this 20,000? Do you want it to go here, here, or here? And majority rules, just like the rest of our world works, kind of sometimes. The voting vote counting could take up to 2 months, but we'll see. But no, I'm seriously, the pullers are going to have a huge. Yes, they have to sign. Oh, do they have to? Yes, NTPA. So you don't have to sign up with NTPA.
Can you day hook, RJ? Can you pay a day hook?
Yep. So you can pay 1 day hook, and guys, what that boils down to, that's getting you guys the best insurance in the business if something bad ever happened. That's covered. Let's face it, that's covering you guys. You guys are all coming here with signing that stuff. That takes you out of the equation for the most part. That's why we're having NTPA here, because they got a great insurance policy with K&K, and have been, I think they're one of the longest running people with K&K. So yes, you'll have to either run a day hook or sign up if you're thinking about coming here and then maybe going to Toma or another event. Usually, if it's anything more than 2 events, you're better off just to sign up by a region license, and it's usually cheaper to do that way. So,
yeah, that's Chris Daniels, our friend. He comes from Nevada. So that's who that is. Okay,
Yep.
So Brandon Lee, you guys, get your questions in here. You have RJ on. He's going to tell you the truth, not a Facebook.
Yep. So
if you have any questions, let's jump them in here.
Yeah, 25 trucks are on each night. And the reason we did that is because, guys, let's face it, when you get over 25 vehicles in a class, the pulling isn't always a fair shake. So yes, so you'll come up here, we'll split the trucks up, and we're going to do that drawing live on Facebook. The lineups, we're going to draw them live, but yeah, 25 each night. So if there's going to be 50 trucks here, 25 Thursday, 25 Friday, top 10 out of Thursday, top 10 out of Friday, go on to Saturday night's finals. But then there's going to be 2 lucky dogs, one on Thursday night, one on Friday night. So that's just going to be by random draw from the 11th place competitor to the 25th place competitor and whoever wins Thursday night will be the one drawn. And he won't be affiliated with me or anyone of that sort. It'll be just a random draw. It may just be 11. It might just be numbers 11 through 25 in a bucket, and that however you finish that night, whatever spot you were in, that's the competitor. Then I could have the same bucket for all 5 of them to pick out of and just put it back in. I don't know. Just a thought. Be easy, but that's just something. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll say it live. That's a ploy to get all you pullers and fans into that Milestone Event Center. We have a huge bar and event center. I mean, if you don't see that, I guess I don't know how to help you, but I mean, it helps get them in there. But I think it's cool as hell that we're giving another chance to a puller, because, like you said, you could have the worst night on Thursday night and get 25th place, and you get drawn out of there, and you're like rejuvenated. Like, I just made a stupid decision, missed my setup, and I'm going to get another shot at this, not only in a prelim, but in the finals and against 21 other in the class, and pull for $50,000, to win. And yeah, super excited about it. Lots of cool things, lots of sponsors are coming in. Like I said, I can't announce them all, but I'm trying hard to get lots of, part suppliers that the pullers are buying a lot of parts from to supply us with parts giveaways, not just money, but just, giving away some of their product for the pullers. And there's just so many cool things. We're going to draw the numbers for the finals live Saturday roughly at noon. If weather, obviously, as long as we're not pulling Friday night session Saturday at noon, but we're going to pull those out by random. We're going to let everyone go down and draw their own numbers, just like we do have done in the MAC Winter Nationals. I kind of started that deal, and I think it's really a really cool thing. And I want to, I'm really excited about it. I mean, this is, maybe we can get Donald Trump to come, and hang out with us too. You never know.
Let's do it.
So, I mean,
Let's do it.
but I mean, we just guys, we got a great country and everything. We just need to. Poland's great, and I love everything about Poland, and I want it to be the greatest motorsports in the business. And I feel like with doing something like this, and then possibly in 26 making it even bigger, I think we can explode this thing into ideas into doing, like I said, 4 or 5 of these events all over across the country, spread. Who knows? We could even bring one of them to California. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying nothing. I mean, just for that kind of money, the pullers will come. If we can get some big deals behind it, it can become the biggest. We can make this the biggest and baddest. But for right now, we need to focus on this event. All you fans, come out, support it. Come here. Like I said, we have camping spots. We have lots of hotels close by. We're located 7 miles from the Field of Dreams. If you like that, you can run over there and check that out during the day. We got Dyersville's close by, some great breweries and stuff like that. There's just so many cool things to do that I don't think anyone's going to miss this. And if somebody does miss it, they're going to greatly regret it, because exactly like Mike said, the emotion and everything that's going to be involved in this, from the winners, even to the poor losers, and all that. I mean, either way, you're going to be bummed if you lose. You're going to be so emotional when you win. And one thing I'll say about our track here is it can get people. I mean, it's went both ways, where we've seen, actually, my wife just last night, talking about class, you could get last place on and get in the lucky dog, and you could win the finals, or you could get 10th in the prelims and get in and win the finals. I mean, these classes, every one of them so tight, and it's just going to be amazing. But the tracks will hold up just fine. We got Jim Miller comes and does our tracks every year, Aaron. So holding the track up doesn't scare me. We have 2 tracks, and we're not going to be, really each night we're not going to be piling that many hooks through them. Honestly, we've done way more.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're just looking at 125 hooks a night, and we'll have that on 2 tracks. So I mean, that's like 62 and a half vehicles. So I mean, and that's if everything gets plump full. So it doesn't scare me. It doesn't scare me at all. Our goal is to have the show over in under 3 hours. That's our goal. So, Doug wants to add seating. You should be standing and working, Doug. You don't worry about that.
Hey, RJ, I'm gonna let the comments come in a little bit. Okay, how many 4-wheel drive trucks do you have now? I know a lot of people came on once they found out you were on here.
So yeah, the 4-wheel drives right now currently 29, currently 27 mini rods, currently 42 2-wheel drives, and then 50 pros and 54 ones with multiples on each waiting list.
And the post that you put on social about the mods and the semis, you talked about that.
That's a feeler for the competitors. So I have multiple competitors in the mod class that have reached out. We're thinking hard about a $5,000 buy-in for the mods. Run a normal purse on Friday night, $5,000 buy-in on Saturday night, and then split the money however everyone wants to do it. Between the competitors. I don't know. It'd be $20,000 to win, or what it would be. It just depends on what the competitors would like to do. We don't want more than 10. And then the semis, I'd love to see if we can get 10 semis out here. I'd love to do maybe a $2,500 buy-in type deal for the semis. But I know that semi class right now is struggling. So any semi pullers, I know I've talked to, myself and Brian with Nikki's Nightmare. We've chatted. I think obviously we'd be in. So I mean, we're looking for 8 more, trying to get if any any of those want to go, like I said, we'd run Friday night for just a normal Grand National Purse possibly, and then do it Saturday night for the buy-in. But I don't know. Those are just totally snowballs. Just thinking about opportunities. I think a pull this size deserves the multi-engine mods, and then also the semi-class year last year we had was great. So I just had a lot of great positivity behind that semi-class. So would like to bring that back, and I kind of have a little fun driving that semi too. So I don't want to miss out on fun.
You got a couple comments, Ken?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Will you plan to be live streaming this event? You touched on that earlier.
Plan is to live stream it on Full Pull. But we just haven't figured out the platform of how we're going to do it. If it's going to be how it's all going to be structured yet. We're still working through all those details, but yeah, Chase and I have been out here and he's going to be, helping us with that. And actually we'll be talking about it. Chase and Rojo have made a nice little video with us and about the event and our operation here. And so that'll be coming out whenever they get that done. So
December 28th.
Oh, so there you go.
No, that's when RJ's video is coming out.
Oh.
We did some shop tours with Full Pull.
Yeah.
So that'll be a cool thing to watch. So definitely check that out on the Full Pull. That'll be something to definitely talk about. So
yeah. So RJ, and people keep putting your questions in. RJ, we do a segment every week called Pulling Through the Past. And we've catered this for you tonight. So I want to bring that up for a second. So, and then Mike, this is your segment.
Don't have a ton. Wish I had more that I could pull up. And I know we've had RJ on here before with these pictures that I do have tonight. But they're cool nonetheless, and they're good to talk about. And one of them, I want to kind of even ask him a further question because I have the source here with me. But the first picture that I've thrown up before, and I kind of spliced it together better this time. This is a panoramic picture that we have from the mid 80s, northern Missouri or somewhere. So RJ, you want to tell us about these trucks right here and guess about where this might be, and even talk to us about this awesome semi that they're loaded on.
Like this one. Yeah. So that's the Sleepless Night. So the Sleepless Night's located up in our one of our sheds here yet. That was my father's, and actually I got a photo right here that's just kind of funny. That's right in my
put yours back on. I had my overlay up there. So show us both pictures you were holding up there, RJ.
So this one, this is the Sleepless Night pulling a sled.
Where's that at, RJ?
Oh, let me look. It's got a number right here. It says, I don't know. I was barely born then, for Christ's sake.
Well, for those of you watching, where do you think that was? Toma?
It was at an NTPA event because there's a 150-foot marker right here that says NTPA on it. I can see that, but that's all I can tell you.
It's a dual track. I can see that there's two tracks there, and it's dry as all get out. So it's the mid 80s.
So my dad would roll in with that hauler, and that's a Sleepless Night, and then they'd let air out of the tires, and they would change a pump. Oh, Todd Wolf says Nebraska. He might have been there. That's my first cousin. He might have been there with Dad, so could have been somewhere in Nebraska. I don't know, but so then my dad would load up and go pulling on his trailer, and the original Simon Says is still right on the front there. That's the one we still have and are pulling today. And then behind it is Steve Olson's Showtime truck. Steve still works for us and helps wrench on the stuff. And then my dad's other four-wheel drive, the Captain May I, was on the back. So
on my photo, so this must have been the same order that you guys always loaded them up in, right?
Again, this is like before I was born, Mike.
Okay. So the Simon Says truck came back to you. What about the other two, the Captain May I and the Showtime?
The Simon Says never left.
Okay.
The Simon Says is always around. My dad let a let one guy run it a little bit, but it was always owned by my dad. It was just kind of shuffled between buildings. And when my father passed, we got it all polished up. And DJ Sullivan, great friend of ours, told Brandon and I, don't put that back in a barn again. Bring it to my shop. Mm-hmm. So that Sunday after the Celebration of Life, we hauled it up to his shop, and he rebuilt it. And we ran it as a super stock for 2 years with one of his motors in it, just running with street DOT tires around the ECI. He won 2 championships running it. And then me being the wheeler and dealer I am, I ended up buying a Sonny's engine off of Facebook Marketplace out in Pennsylvania. Swung one of my drivers through there, picked it up, and brought it home. Called DJ, said, "Hey, I bought a Sonny's engine for the 4-wheel drive." He basically said, "Shut the F up" to me, and I was like, "No, seriously, I did." And I dropped it off, and he helped. Him and his whole crew worked on it and got the Sonny's in it, and then we bought another one and then another one. So now we've got 2. We've got a spare engine. We came out this year, our first year, to run Grand National points with it. We were going to, and we won the first one out with it down in Benson, and then had some great top finishes in Toma, and then 2 top 5s in Chapel Hill, and it's just a lot of fun. I never thought it'd be that much fun driving it, but I'm having a lot of fun, and it's just crazy to think that truck's been around before I have been. So, I mean, here I got a picture. Like, that's in the truck. That's my father.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. I mean, it's
so when you picked up that win in Benson, and I remember Dan commenting and saying that was like the first win that truck had in 38 years or 42 years or something.
Yeah, the first Grand National win, he said.
Hey, RJ, we're on the same platform, man. Look at the other one I have loaded right here.
Yeah,
we're reading each other's minds right now.
Hey, Mike, you know where that's at?
Tell me.
In my shop.
So that, I don't know if your father was actually published in a book. And for those diehard pulling fans out there, this is called Truck and Tractor Pulling by Michael Bargo. This was, I mean, you can see it, it's destroyed. I've owned this thing for forever, but that photo actually comes right out. So I don't know if your dad got featured or something. You can see there's a whole glossy write-up and everything on this.
What's that book called, Mike? What's that book called?
This book is called Truck and Tractor Pulling. It was published in, 1985 or something like that. I found a used copy on eBay for $120. I've had the book my whole life. I mean, it's just one of those funky things. But RJ, tell us about what is this? Is this like a Firebird? What is the body style on this thing here?
Yeah, sure. Trans Am, right? Isn't it Firebird, Trans Am? I don't know.
I think so.
That's a Firebird. Yep.
Firebird. Yeah, there you go. Yep, Firebird. Yeah, so it was the first 2-wheel drive truck my dad had when he came from the 4-wheel drive into the 2-wheel drive, and it was originally painted and called the Stampede. Whoever he bought it from, and then he repainted it like this.
RJ just got Netflixed. Mike.
Well, my gears are turning because he said it was called the Stampede. I think I might have a picture of the Stampede in my vintage photos. So I might have to do some on-the-fly digging. That could be really cool if we could find a picture of it before it was this.
I think it's so cool that RJ's going out and finding all the stuff that his dad had.
I want to know the story.
All right,
he's back.
I'm back. So
you got Netflixed, RJ. So
yeah, I know that damn Mike Tyson, that pussy. I mean, so the Warshcall family actually ended up with this truck from my father, and they ended up having that body sit in the corner of their barn for I don't even know how long it's been there. A long time. Well, so is the truck. So they actually bought the truck from my dad too, the Sleepless Night truck. Okay. The one he pulled the hauler with and everything. Well, so when my father passed, Brandon and I went out there and ended up buying the Sleepless Night. Well, I knew he had that body there, and he needed a motor a year or so ago for his 2-wheel drive, and he had called me. He wanted to know how much I wanted for it. So, of course, being the good negotiator I am, I said I want this much money and that body. So, I have the body sitting in my shed. So,
when did all that happen? So when did that one come home?
It's probably been a year and a half or so now. I don't know. So we had some thoughts. We were gonna maybe try to find a chassis, put under it just for nostalgic sake, but kind of got our hands full here. So we're tabling that for now.
So walk us through the transition, because this is kind of neat and kind of fun. So we started in 4-wheel drive, and then the first 2-wheel drive was the Firebird.
Yeah.
But anybody who talks about your father and talks about Simon Says pulling is gonna picture the Dakota. They're gonna picture, the red Dodge. When did that one break onto the scene?
86.
Okay.
1986. 1986. That was built with Engler, and the chassis, and that was 1986, and then it's been around forever. So yeah, this is the number one. This is the 79 Ford.
That's the original. So that predates our first pictures even.
Yeah, it's sitting in a shed too. But it don't look like that anymore. It's got
what vehicle have you not tracked down yet that you would love to? Is there still one on your bucket list that you would like to find to put back in the shop?
Well, I do. I would love to find this truck, but that's for Steve. The show. Steve built that new, and he ran that himself. I'd love to have that one back for him. This is me sitting in the showtime. That's my mother holding me and my dad. I don't know how you didn't even tell me this. I just randomly had these sitting in my desk drawer. So,
well, that was pretty handy, because we're spot on here. Someone just added. I'm sure Kenzie just got this.
No, that Dan Mayer, our own Dan Mayer sent that from Full Pull.
He is. What we call him?
That's
He's like the Jesus that swoops in right when we need.
Dan Mayer's like, what is it? Rain Man. He's like Rain Man.
So that one, and then we know where this other one is, and he knows I want it, but he wants it too, and he ain't giving it up. I'm trying to find a better picture of it, but I got them here. Got too many. I got a whole stack of pictures here, so I got to find the good one. Well, whatever. This is a good one too. Right here.
Yeah.
Danny Hubert has that thing. He knows I want it bad, but he ain't giving his hands off it yet. And the reason
he'll need a motor soon, RJ. He'll need a motor soon.
Who's gonna need a motor soon?
Danny Hubert.
That's what he said? Oh,
no,
you're
I'm
trading it. Oh, you suck. I get it. He builds engines, so that's why you confuse me. But yeah, so that's a true story. So Mike Steffen says he saw the 79 Ford in Dubuque pulling. With my dad used to do that, stack cab high with bag barn lime, and then he'd pull it. Yeah. So he'd pull it.
Put the weight, get all the weight he can get, right?
No, he would do that too, but he actually would use it to haul feed for my grandfather as well.
Oh, I thought it was his trick for putting as much weight to the ground. He just got off work and went pulling.
Yeah. That he would do that too. I mean, it was both ways. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, I'm guessing this is all before my time, guys. I just heard the stories. There's a lot of people that add into it. I mean, I wasn't old enough to know any better. Trust me. Trying to find I don't know. I mean, there's just so many cool things. That's why we're hooked in this sport. Our father got us hooked in it. Me and my brother, this is what we love to do. And, we hope our kids love doing it and continue to do it with us. But I don't personally feel that if we don't get some money into this sport like we're talking about doing here, and with with what this stuff's costing, the younger generation is not going to be able to afford to get into it, because you got to be able to at least sustain or be able to have the chance to maybe grow your pulling deal. And if we keep doing it the way we're doing this, pulling for what we're pulling, if you're set, you're set. But I'm just saying, like, say a 4-1 guy that's tight, but he scrounges together his 2,500. He's going to come here. He wins this $50,000. It's going to be the difference between him maybe pulling again next year or not pulling, guys.
Yep.
And that's the true facts.
100%.
Yeah, and that's why we're doing this. We want, like I said, I'm not trying to say this is going to change it and everyone's doing something wrong. I'm just saying, if we ever think that somebody can just get into pulling like that hasn't been into it, family of generations of it, I think we're kind of all dreaming to ourselves thinking they could just jump in, because even hot farm classes are out of hand. That's all it is. So
That's a good comment.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon and his father always been super, super awesome to us, and it's pretty awesome to hear that. So Brandon's always told me that, and pretty awesome. That's just what we want. I just can't wait for the emotion. The raw emotion is what's the fans. Not taken away from the live, but you're not going to be able to see that as well. Be here. You're gonna want to be here in person. Like I said, the live's going to do a great job, whatever. But I'm just saying it's going to be hard for you to feel that and hear that as much as you will if you're here on site. And like I said, you're going to be able to, as a fan, after each night, we're going to have a press conference in the milestone, talking to him. You'll be able to ask that puller questions while he's right on stage. You'll be able to say, what did you do? If he was first hook and dropped it, what did you do different? Or if there's a pull off, I don't know. Those are all things when I say about a pull off, those are things the pullers are going to vote for. I'm going to let the pullers vote kind of if they want to pull off. If the mini rod class says they want to pull off and the pro stock guys don't, then the mini guys might have a pull off and the pros might might not. The 2-wheel drive guys might not. I'm going to let the pullers have a huge voice in this deal, because they're putting the person. They're not going to run the show, but I'm going to ask them a lot of simple questions to get their input on it. And it's going to be, we're going to roll with that however it votes. And that's why getting this thing rolling so quick was so important and so early. Like I said, we're way ahead of any other schedules out there or anything. So I want your fans to get your time off request in for work, because I know how it is. I run a business. You don't get to put that in the week before and expect to be off. You got to get them time off request forms in now and get that scheduled. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to, hotels won't be a problem. Like I said, there's so many in Dubuque. I wouldn't even know how many there is in Dubuque.
And Cedar Rapids is still less than an hour away, RJ, too. So.
Yeah, and there's even closer spots than that. I ain't worried, and let's face it, nowadays, guys, Airbnb and VRBO, there's so many of them. I forgot who I talked to. He said he booked a really nice Airbnb in Dyersville and whatnot. I forget who that was, but all I want is, I would love to just see the stands all packed with fans and just outpouring support for this event, and just shows that not only did the pullers want it, but so did the fans. And if we can prove that, then guys, the there's going to be some serious things to talk about, and we'll work together for 26 and just make something awesome. But right now we're going to get through this one and just put on the greatest show in the highest paying purse ever in the history of pulling. And if we can get the mods and the semis in, we could very easily be over $750,000.
That's awesome.
I mean,
that's awesome
for a 3-day event with 200 and it'd be 270 max vehicles.
I like it.
Mhm.
I like it.
That'd be so. I mean, and who knows? Maybe we get diesel supers in here. I mean, that's what we bring those guys in here. But Jason will be scared. He won't throw up his $5,000.
Oh, I would, but I'm not going to win it. But I'm doing it just because I want to be there. So it's all good. It's all good. RJ, thanks for coming on tonight, RJ. I think this answered a lot of questions. Mike, can you double check your list one more time just to make sure?
Yeah, no, we definitely hit everything. The 4 things on here. When and where will fans be able to see a list of pre-committed competitors? The fact that fans are asking that, I love that. That says they're locked in, they're diving in. Fans are wanting to be there. And, RJ's told us about how Full Pull is going to reveal that, and NTPA is going to reveal that. Talked about what is a protocol if a class doesn't meet its pre-commit requirement. And we spoke extensively about where we're at with lineups so far. Total purse, that was the next question. He literally just said that. And then the only reel I was digging for, something like some dirt or something we could sink our teeth into, and that was the 650 cubic inch limit. And you spoke, extensively about how that decision was reached. So those were the hotbeds of what the internet had to say, and I think it all got wrapped up pretty nicely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
RJ, thanks for coming on tonight.
Yeah, and just remember, any pullers, mini rods, 4-wheel drives, 2-wheel drives, please get on there, get signed up. It's super easy. There's a Google form. If you can't find it, message me. I'll send it to you. It's super easy. If it takes you more than 3 minutes to fill it out, I'd be super amazed, because it's like the easiest thing I think I could ever do. And
RJ, the drop dead date for the money is 10 days before the hook, right?
No, it's 10 days after you sign up.
Okay, my bad. Sorry. I know.
Yeah. No, I thought the same thing you did, Jason. No, I'm glad that's cleared up.
Yeah, no. So yeah, you send the money in right away, and we haven't, I ain't gonna lie to no one, we haven't cashed any checks right now. We're still waiting to kind of get all the ducks in a row, and the goal is to start cashing checks probably this week. And who knows, we're working with a few banks. We may try to find somewhere we could put it into for a 6-month CD or something to gain some more money to give to the pullers. So
sure.
So we're working with some things just to, our local. We're trying hard, guys, and that's all we need to do. We just need everyone to be on board with it and help. But there's a lot of pullers that were against this and then talked to me, and I got them talked into it. So one thing I'll tell you, if you think this is not good, bad for the sport, you don't agree with it, and I'd love to talk to you, actually. I would love to talk to you just on the phone, just a peaceful conversation. Yeah, for the pullers, I'm not, no offense to the fans. I don't want to talk to every one of you guys, about your take on it. No offense. I'm just not being rude there. But if you're a puller and you're in a 4-wheel drive or a mini class and you're just on the fence because you don't maybe know, I don't know, I'd love to just talk to you and just fill you out and see why you're on the fence. And just see why you don't agree with it or what the holdback is, because I'm sure I can sway you the other direction, because this could never, we don't know. This may never happen again, guys, ever in Poland. We don't know. I mean, you always hope that it will, but it's a tough one. So
John, when it's full, it's full. I think I answered that properly, RJ.
Yeah, when the classes are full, it's shut off. We really would like to have everyone signed up by Jan 1. That way, by the first year. Reason being is because I feel like it will give us so much more time and motivation to build this awesome structure that I'm putting in and ask all these amazing questions that I have for the pullers to get their input, to get the game plan and have all that stuff done and ducks in a row, I guess, so to speak, where if I'm waiting till a later date and then a puller comes in at the 9th hour and does enter. So ideally, even if a class isn't full, ideally by January 1st, we'd love to have it just closed or shortly after. You know, maybe we'll go to the farm show or something at the most and shut it down right after there. But I would really hope and think that we, you know, like I said, we're at 29 4-wheelers, 42 2-wheel drives. I think the 2-wheel drive class will be full before the week's up, because I do have a lot of pullers that have talked to me this weekend, and they said that they're looking to enter and get it done. Mini rods, same way. I mean, I feel like that class is right there. There's so many good competitors that ain't on that list yet that are just on the fence. And if they just would call me and I could just really hear that, if they could just really hear this, I'd love to talk to them. So,
Terry, keep your eyes open, and maybe in 26 you can build a couple 650s and come pull with us.
Terry, I've got an extra 650. Do you want me to bring it down? So, and that'd be some good money spent, actually, if we could split the. I mean, the odds are, if we did the odds on that. I mean,
ooh,
you know, it'd be
Barry Hagerdorn, RJ Simon collaboration. That might be the most intriguing thing I've heard all evening.
And put a little full pull money on it. Cha-cha-ching.
Yeah.
Could be fun. Could be fun.
Yeah.
RJ, we're going to let you go.
Thank you.
We're going to stay in touch on this. I just feel like this was a good
Yeah.
Monday because the big announcement with you, I saw that it caught a lot of traction last week, and reading through the comments, and you were doing a good job. So thank you for growing the sport.
Yeah.
Kinsey, you get to go home and go to bed because you're really yawning over there.
Yeah, I tried to hide it, but in 2 hours I can. 2 hours I can.
I'm kidding. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Jason.
Thanks,
everybody.
RJ.
Keep up the great work.
RJ Simon, 300 Raceway, Farley, Iowa. I feel like he answered all the questions that on the internet tonight, Mike. So, and this is one of our biggest numbers. You know, you guys can see the numbers, us admins that we've had in a long time. And I knew it would be a big show tonight. This has to be the most talked about event in the last 10 years or more. You know, I hope the fans come out. If you fans don't come out and support this, I give up.
I almost asked it, and I'll ask it right now. So, like, fans, if you're watching, and you can message me in my inbox the same way that RJ said, if you're a puller, you can message him. Fans, why wouldn't you go? I was going through like the legitimate devil's advocates. Like, that's what I do
Mike,
for a
the
living.
only reason I could think of is like a funeral.
Like, I can't.
Close family member,
If
not a third
you
cousin.
are
Not
a
a third cousin.
pulling
You've
fan.
seen them since high school. Like
Right.
a legit like funeral.
I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't know why you wouldn't. Like for this one, I can't because normally I can come up with something. Like message me and say, well, here would be why. Now I don't.
I want to get RJ on the night because he's not afraid to answer anything. And I think he answered a lot of questions tonight that were hanging out there. And a lot of the people that commented tonight, Mike, were the people that made the comments, because I keep an eye on that stuff too. So before we bring on our Massetti and friends, I do want to touch real quick on our how did you name your puller? I'm going to buzz through these really quick if you guys don't mind. Because
do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Yeah. Jeff Swanson, little Whitey, was named years ago and was sitting in the parking lot next to the old 2001 extended cab, long box F350 7.3 white work truck. It looked a little neat. It looked little next to that lug of a truck. Even though it had much more in it, it was littler white truck. Man, that's some tough
white truck.
Littler white truck. That's a good looking Ford. Esden Bartling, the possum got that name because the first years of pulling it acted like it played dead. I like that.
That's great.
Jim Gonerine Jr. I was at a pull many years ago. We won 21 out of 23 hooks. And someone said, what kind of freak show are you going to do next week? And that was a Freak Show Express. He lived up in that Mackville, Wisconsin area, northeast Wisconsin. I'm familiar with that. Cole, it ran away. The runaway. Well, there you go, Cole. I mean, that's probably the simplest and easiest way we have there. Trent Brownfield says, creeping, because when I first started pulling stock class years ago, my pap would always ask, where are you going pulling tonight? I guess they will get to see you creep up the track tonight. I like that. Creeping. Chuck Lee. Is he the famous Chuck Lee that had to put his arm outside the roll cage?
Yep. So these are some other vintage photos.
Oh,
I have.
my bad.
If you want to know it, I loaded some other vintage photos in here just in case the ones that we had with RJ didn't carry us enough. So I've got a couple more vintage that we can throw on there. We can save them for next week. But
let's save them for next week.
Chuck Lee, how'd you name your photo? That's Chuck, and he's named that way because that's what his parents named him. So you know. Yeah,
and real quick. Eric Pruitt, the line of pro stops makes it worth the trip. People, if you don't go to Farley, Iowa, you need to go to Farley, Iowa, June 12th, 13th, and 14th. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. So the newest segment, and by far, if I could have RJ Simon on every week, that's pretty cool. We should have brought RJ on for Facebook Marketplace. He's the ultimate.
Oh, dude.
Not on sale. Is he still in the green room anyway?
Get him back. Watch him. He would rake.
I'm gonna bring him on. I'm gonna bring him on one time. My favorite Massetti at a time. Okay, are you guys ready for this? Mm-hmm. Clearly, James. This kid, he's my new hero. I'd always talked to James before. His dad used to be my best friend, top three, and now James is.
We're like this.
You missed him.
What did you say? Did he flip me off?
No. I said like this.
No, your dad flipped us off in the green screen.
Oh.
I'm clearly gonna go. I'm clearly gonna go to your father next. He's the one who started it. James is fun, Brian. How can you not do that? So.
I know he's awesome.
Yep. And then it's a hard choice between Trevor and Kevin, but I'm gonna go Trevor.
Well, Kevin was just a chair there for quite a while, so I thought we were just gonna bring Kevin's chair on, and then he was gonna make a top list, but
yeah. So, but seriously, every Monday night, 7:30 Pacific, 9:30 Central, we bring on the Massetti and Friends. Kevin giving me the old bird. We love you guys. We love what you're doing on the West Coast. I think it's great. Brian, this is your segment. I'm going to be quiet. So,
well, hello, everybody. Thanks for
Dr. Mark Zons is in the waiting room, and Van Tassel, whenever you're ready. So.
Awesome. Great show with RJ, and that is very exciting what they're doing with their pull. That's pretty badass. So looks like James lost his lights, but welcome to.
It's one of those rooms where you just got to make a little movement because he's heightened.
Yeah, we'll find out where he is in a little bit. But welcome to Monday Nights with Massetti's and Friends, and we have obviously James, who's Jason's favorite, and Trevor, and then Kev, my brother, and my two sons. So welcome. Tonight we do have two guests and I think Dr. Zons, if he's in the back room, we could bring him in.
He's pretty white.
He's got the Netflix Tyson versus Paul Circle of Death going on right now.
Uh-oh. Well.
But we got Tassel. Tassel on.
Let's bring Justin in.
Isn't he a sled operator now?
Well, we're going to get to that, Jason. Thank you.
I'll shut up.
That was a pretty good segue to the end of the questioning for Justin.
My bad. Justin, I know too much.
Jason likes to eat his cake first.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all right. Well, Justin, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a friend.
Absolutely.
So in the first few minutes, we like to try to get to know our guests a little bit. So tell us a little bit about what you do when you're not pulling.
Work, mostly work. It's about my whole life. Work and kids. That's about it. So I drive truck for a living. We farm. I work for a custom farming business, but we do both. I dispatch all of his commodity trucks. A little bit of everything. We do all kinds of custom farming, chopping, whatever, hauling, moving equipment. Anything there is, we do it. Anything around here, anyway. So
very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And you mentioned your family. We tell us a little bit about. I know you've got quite a beautiful family there. Tell us about them.
So I have 5 kids. I have a stepdaughter my wife had before we were together. I have 3 kids from a previous marriage, and we have 1 little boy together. So I have my stepdaughter's going to be 14 in 2 weeks, and then my oldest son is 9. His younger brother's 8. Younger brother's 7, and then we have a 1-year-old together. So we have a pretty big herd.
You got your hands full.
Yeah, we could have our own segment on this show and fill up all the screens.
Earlier, when you said work and kids, my ADHD brain heard working kids. Like most people around here would say working cattle. Well, now you say you got a herd. So now I'm not convinced you weren't say working kids, as you're steering them and pushing them around and stuff. So
yeah, definitely got to teach them to work. So I guess that's what it is.
I bet it does feel like that. So how long have you been involved in pulling?
So I started pulling in 2016. I had a stock Duramax pickup that I bought, and I took it to the Gustine pools, and because I lived in Newman, it was right down the road. So I thought, I'll go pull, whatever, And I pulled once, and I loved it. I was like, this is what I want to do. And so then that winter, I wanted to.
How'd you meet him?
What happened? Can you guys not hear me?
That was me. I pushed the wrong button. My bad. Sorry, Justin.
Okay. So anyway, I looked all winter. I found a pull truck, and sure, yeah. It's funny because everyone always asks me like where I got that name from, the Hood Rat, and the neighborhood that I found that truck in was super ghetto. Like you wouldn't want to go there. And I was like, man,
Justin
yeah.
Justin, Souza is taking me to Compton. He promised. He grew up in Compton.
That's pretty much where this truck was from. It was pretty rough like that. So that's where it got its name. It was the Hood Rat because it was in the hood.
We're taking Mercedes Big Dodge and we're rolling.
Was it a pulling truck at the time?
Flat bill hat.
No,
I'm doing it.
no.
I was gonna say because I want to see the hood that has pulling vehicles in it. I'm
going live on Facebook. Beer Money Pulling Team goes to Compton with Tony Souza in Mercedes truck. You think I'm joking?
Shot.
Next year? No, the last Cal Poly pull for Trevor. I'm going out and I'm going to Compton and I'm going live on Facebook. I don't care what happens if it is what it is. And Tony's going with me.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Sorry, Justin.
So, no, when I bought the truck, it was all stock. It was just a stock Duramax, and that's pretty much what it still is today. The kid that bought it from me, he's fixing it up a little bit. He put injectors in it and stuff. But when I first built it, I just tuned it. Manuel Vieira tuned it for me. Did tie rods and just simple stuff just to pull in the work stock class. Back then, work stock wasn't as competitive as it is now. And it kept up pretty good. The first couple years of pulling it, I did pretty well, and then towards the end, it was getting ready to, it needed a lot of love and a lot of money, and with a lot of kids, that's hard to do. So,
yep,
that's why she went bye. So
if he's riding shotgun, are you driving?
I'm driving Mercedes truck to Compton, and Souza is riding shotgun. So we're doing this. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I know
I'm not joking.
Do I have to go too, or can I just send the truck?
No, we just want your truck.
Then you're driving.
I'm gonna have my phone up window like I always do. Like here we are in Compton. The pool starts at 4, and don't make eye contact. I'm gonna make Trump banner out the back.
Yeah, I don't think Compton's as great as Schultz thinks it is.
Yeah,
I've seen the movies.
He's going to be a little disappointed.
Really, Justin. We just have to take him to somewhat of a shady neighborhood and tell him it's Compton. He's not going to know that.
He won't know.
Yeah.
Dude.
Hey, that place I went, where your dad took me the first year to get me a real burrito, we are the only people that spoke of the English. It was just me and Father Jim.
I bet it was a good burrito, though.
It was a damn good burrito. Probably one of the best. If I need to come out and just spend time, but it's always just we're in and we're out. So, sorry, I don't want to take away from Massetti and friends. So.
No, that's okay. That's fine. Hey, Justin, tell us.
Yes, sir.
This year, you've sold and bought and sold. Tell us where you are in the pulling world this year.
So I sold the original Hood Rat, and about a week later, I found another truck online, and I thought, well, I could buy that one, and it'd be a perfect truck for pulling. And I had already talked to Brian about running the sled for him. That was originally, I was like, well, I'll just sell the pull truck, and maybe I can run the sled. And so I found this truck online. I bought it, and then at Turlock, I jumped in the sled with Brian, and I'm like, "There's no way I'm going to be able to do both." So I put that truck for sale, and I only had it for a couple weeks. And then a buddy of mine that I work with actually just bought it. So now I'm pull truckless. No pull trucks. So,
But to answer Jason's question, what's your future in pulling look like?
well, hopefully I'll be behind the wheel of that Terminator Red X. That's the plan.
Very
'Cause
nice.
I drove that thing in Madeira, and that was better than any hook I ever had in my truck. That was awesome. Running that thing was badass. It was really cool.
What night, Justin, were you in there?
So the second night.
So what's the
And-
biggest class that you got hooked? You were on the grandstand side, right?
Yes, I think I don't remember what it was. Maybe
You got the light mod.
Yeah, we did limited pro stock diesel, I think, and then I jumped out because Logan was sitting on that little plastic piece in there because there's not a buddy seat in that sled, and we were gonna pull the tractors next. And I said, I'll jump out, Logan, because I felt bad for him bouncing around in that thing. So, but that was that.
Well, we're looking forward to having you run that and appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I keep every time Brian sends me a picture of the sleds or something, I tell him I'm more excited than you are. So
Yeah.
it'll be cool. It'll be a good time.
Hey, Jason, I just got a text from Mark that he's trying to do it on his computer and his phone, and he's just getting that spinning circle.
Yeah, he's got bad internet in the city. I don't know what to say. So
Okay.
he obviously didn't watch the Tyson Paul fight either. So
No, he didn't.
So
So
no,
does
it's not. It's got to be something on Mark's end, unfortunately,
Okay.
because you guys are all here. So
Okay. He's trying, and so I sent him the right link, but
yeah, no, he's on, Bri. He has bad internet. I'm just being
okay.
honest. So
Okay, cool. Well, do any of you other guys have any questions or anything for? Oh, there's Kev's dog.
it's got the cone of shame on.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Kevin, did you get his ball snipped or what?
Trevor. No, she's got a hot spot on her leg.
Okay. It's a she. Okay, my bad. I didn't know.
No, it was Trevor. I was doing that too. Yeah, she's doing better. She's had the cone of shame for about a week and a half now.
Nice. You guys have anything for Justin? Any questions or suggestions or advice?
Keep up the enthusiasm. I can tell that pulling runs deep with you. Just keep doing your thing, man. I love it when guests come on here and, they're speaking with all sorts of passion about the sport. So just keep rocking and rolling, man.
Yeah, Justin, you're a good dude and you care. I think it's awesome. So,
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we're not going to announce our winter schedule for full
Just-
live until a couple weeks yet. There's some garden tractor pulls and some antique pulls here at the end of this year. Brian, when does MLM fire back up?
Usually in May.
Okay.
The first pull out here in California will be February with with Max Cackle at the World Ag Expo.
Is that Keith Haig, Georgia Motorsports Media, the guy who takes photos of diesels and dark corners?
I think so.
Keith, is that you? I just you know. I think he went Georgia on us. Oh, good.
I think Kevin and Trevor have some sort of tomfoolery in the mix here. There is information being disseminated that we are not all privy to.
Kevin
I think
made
they're
a
already.
bet of who could go the longest without talking, and he obviously lost. But he also bet $45 on it. So then he sent me $45.
Oh, because he got asked a question directly.
Yeah.
The dog ruined it
A
for
bet's a
him.
bet.
Yeah.
A bet's a bet.
I like it more when Kevin's had a couple beverages to prime up, if you will, a little bit. Clearly, Kevin has had a few beverages tonight before the show. Kevin's more fun when he's had a few beverages. So thank you.
He's fun all the time.
I was
but
trying
he's
to be
more fun.
quiet. Way to go, Trev.
He's more fun.
Sorry.
Justin,
James.
since I'm talking, glad to have you
Jason.
on board, buddy.
Oh, real quick,
Thanks,
Trevor.
Kevin.
When's the Cal Poly pull?
It's supposed to be April 12th, I believe, but there might be another pull that conflicts with it, so we might have to move to the 13th, I believe. Is that Sunday?
April 13th. That's Kenzie's birthday weekend, Trevor.
Oh, shoot.
Uh-oh.
26.
All right.
I'm feeling live stream.
Yeah.
I'm feeling live stream from Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo.
That would be fun.
Is that the burrito
yeah.
place?
No, it's not the burrito place. This
That's
is way
the name of the town, isn't it?
Brian, that drive again, going out to see you last week was just beautiful. I don't want to do it every week. It's a long ways. I like being home. But it was once a year, Brian. Once a year, it's pretty cool. So I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a lot of beautiful country. There's no doubt about that.
There is.
So,
There
all right.
absolutely
Well,
is. James.
Jason.
So Kenzie. So here's the deal. Kenzie's got the Outlaw Banquet this weekend, and she runs all the graphics and media for it. So she's been a little bitchy because she's got a lot going on.
No
And
problem.
Kenzie normally doesn't bitch a lot, but she's been a little sassier than normal. So we're gonna let her get to. But I promise, the next coming weeks we're gonna have full graphic packages for you, James. We're gonna have walkout songs, everything you've ever deserved and needed. And then eventually, once interest rates go down, I'll put you on payroll, James. Okay.
Well, you're too kind, Jason.
No,
Too
but
kind.
this is the best thing. This is the best thing that's ever happened to the back end of Let's Grow Pulling, James Massetti.
Mhm.
Just saying.
Well, so are we ready to start, or?
Well, no, I want you to just pick your nose, you ding dong. First of all, you gotta tell us what classroom you're in tonight.
That's exactly where I was headed. I'm joining you, lovely people, tonight from, I believe it's called Higher Hall. Never been here before. The door was actually open this time 3 hours ago. And
Nice.
walked right in, found myself a nice classroom. The lights go off about every 15 minutes. But not really a big deal. I'm not worried about it. Super excited. Thanks for having me on.
This is
can't
every
wait.
Monday,
This is every
9:30
Monday.
Central, 8:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central
Specific.
And-
Pacific. We bring on Massetti and friends. And James, you're in the same time zone as me. This is kind of fun.
Yes, I am. And I have to say, I have enough marketplace listings already saved to do probably more like 7 more months of this show without
Yes!
finding anything new.
Yes.
So yeah, and now I think it knows, my phone knows what I want. I'm looking for here.
The algorithm has spoken. Hey, James, Kenzie and
Yeah.
Mike and I have been talking, and
Yes.
we want to contribute a beer money pulling team sticker to the winner. So, I mean, not only
Well, actually, Jason, I just went and got all my stickers because I have an idea. I think we need to send James a whole slew of these, and it can almost be like a Where's Waldo. Every night when he's done, I'm not saying he has to peel them and stick them. We don't need to vandalize anything, but every night when he's done, he can just leave one of these
Oh, that's a great
right
idea.
on a little chalkboard. And then it's like something's going on this campus, and they'll
Right.
just show up once a week.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, what's going on? Who's doing this? And you don't have to say anything. Just leave a little BMPT sticker right there up on
That
the
is
professor's desk.
fantastic. I love that idea. I would
I love
happily partake in that.
Also, if Hope is watching and she messaged our group today and she said, does anyone have any stickers? And I didn't message back. I'm sorry.
Yep.
But Hope,
we
Hope
need
I have
a couple, Mike. We'll talk about that after the show. Trevor, live from Bree's bedroom, Trevor Massetti.
Oh
Yep.
no.
I am here.
Well, it's tractor pulling drive, bro. I
That
understand
is true. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Our bald friend, representing Mr. Clean from Madera, California, Kevin Massetti. The boss of MLM Motorsports. The proud spouse of the Christy Warnock. Brian Massetti.
They're doing what you should do.
He's not. No, he's in the dining room. He's not sitting from his pictures. He's at the kitchen. I can't tell where he's at.
well, no, I'm in the dining room, but things are changing around here. You know, we haven't hit Thanksgiving yet, but Christmas is upon us. So there's a little bit of Christmassy stuff sneaking out behind me.
Has the house exploded yet into Christmas decorations?
Has the
Boys.
garage exploded yet?
Yeah.
Boys, I'm on my own fighting the good fight here, okay? I didn't have you guys to help me bring a whole trailer load of Christmas stuff home. There is, honest to goodness, about 38 Christmas trees in this house. I love it. It's wonderful because I think Christy's watching in the other room. It is fantastic.
Oh, they left
Beautiful.
you all alone. The
It's
boys left
the
you all
boys.
alone.
Yes. I'm outnumbered. I love it though. It's fantastic. It doesn't get any better than this. But I miss you guys more than you know.
And tonight's special guest, Justin V. Tassel. The V is for Van, not for Virgin. Just want to point that out.
Definitely not.
He's got a whole bunch of the babies. That was supposed to be. Christy says that was supposed to be a surprise for when they got home. I love it.
Well, shit. Sorry, honey.
This is where we turn it over to my new favorite Massetti, James Massetti.
Yes.
Not the personal guys. He's just better. Just own it. I think you all understand that. James. Oh, that's
we get it.
Yeah, whoever's in the upper left, it's gonna be.
Where's Dr. Zons?
Boom.
No, Mark.
Well, his internet's not working tonight in our favor. We'll get him on here another time.
Yes, we will. I was disappointed, but also not so disappointed. I have a lot of respect for Dr. Zons, and some of these listings tonight are a little less desirable. So it's okay. We're gonna have a great show tonight. I'm
Good intro,
excited.
James.
Oh boy.
And so this is our 5th edition of the marketplace.
James, who's been who's won the first? Have you kept track at all?
I believe the first winner was Kevin Lucas. The second winner, I believe, was you, Jason. And then the third show is the one I missed, and the fourth one was Dad, I believe.
The third one was not good. Kenzie and I put the prices up before we put the actual listing up, so
we're just gonna scratch that one from the record. It's okay. No big
Wasn't
deal.
that bad. It was okay.
No, Brian said it sucked, and we're never doing it again unless James is here. He texted.
Right.
We have our own private chat.
Well, I'm happy to be here. And
Great to have you.
just real quick, we'll go over the rules once more for anyone that doesn't know. I'm going to show you a marketplace listing. You're going to guess the asking price. It's Price is Right rules. The closest without going over wins. 1 point for the closest, 3 points if you get the exact answer. Winner may or may not get a GSI t-shirt and may or may not get a Beer Money Pulling Team sticker. The year of the t-shirt is not guaranteed, as always. And also, if nobody gets a point, then I get a point. It's a new rule that we instated. So yeah, without further ado, our first listing, we've got this Case tractor. It's a 504 cubic inch motor. It's got a 3-speed billet transmission. It's a complete, ready to go tractor. I don't have the location, but one of you guys may know this tractor. I don't know.
Where's it from? Pimento State?
I think it's Nebraska.
It looks like a 3200 Superfield.
It is.
Most likely to cheat is Trevor Massetti, so he has to go first
Yes.
every time.
All right, Trevor, you go first. Kick us off.
I'm gonna go. What is there like a? Do we know what class this is in? Like, is
It's a super field class and RPM.
3200 RPM Superfield.
So it would be above your 12,000 hot farm out there. It
Right.
would spank like Spielman and them,
Of
but
course.
it wouldn't run with your super farms. It'd be in between.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go like 50,000.
50,000. Okay. Uncle Kev, you're next.
Ooh, 50. I had no idea where to go with this. Yeah, 50 sounds pretty good. Let's go 53.5. 53.5.
53.5.
Nice.
Now we're gonna go to Justin.
I'll say 60 grand.
60 grand. Okay. Now Mike, kicking it to you.
I got $68,000.
68. Now Jason.
62.5.
62.5. Now Kenzie.
60 grand.
60. And Dad, hit me.
40,000.
40.
That's his $1. He's coming.
Well, this was just posted, I think today or yesterday, maybe. So it's new. It is $60,000.
Yeah.
That's Justin and Kenzie, the dead-on guess. 3 points for each.
That's Kenzie's first points in 5 episodes, guys.
Is that right? Well, congratulations. I hope he can hold on to it. It's going to be close. Obviously, we already have a 3-point tie for the lead. Our next listing is this sweet go-kart.
Big go-kart.
At one point, I believe this was a Hyundai, and nowadays it's terrifying to drive. This is from Ontario, Canada. It was posted in Canadian dollars, but I went ahead and converted it to US dollars.
Canada doesn't use the US dollar.
No.
They have
do
loonies.
not.
Mike. They have
They
loonies.
use the Canadian dollar.
They have
Mike.
what?
Loonies. Loonies.
Looney? What?
Looney. That's their money. Like a duck.
I did not know that. I
Of
honestly
all
thought
people, I
that.
thought the history teacher would
No,
know
English,
that.
English
I'm an
teacher.
English teacher.
English teacher.
English teacher. I'm sorry.
No.
Well, anyways, it is converted. You're welcome to look up the exchange rate if you want and do the math yourself. But it's a little scary, pretty fast. Clearly, got a little bit of weight reduction. Yeah. Without further ado, let's go to Kev first this time.
I'm first.
Yeah.
It's terrifying to drive. I'm going to say
Yeah,
that's
mismatched wheels too. I don't know if that's important in your guess, but
what does it have?
Mismatched wheels.
Oh, I'm going to say
Down board
that's
coming in at
Awesome.
60,000.
No, that's for the last.
I know.
that's 2300 and 2350.
2350. Okay.
What
Now
is it again? It's a
it's a go-kart.
It's a big go kart. Can't you read?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty self-explanatory. Are you sticking with 2350?
Oh yeah, I'm locked in. Yep.
Okay.
No, once you say a number, it's your final answer.
I'm in.
Okay. Now, Justin, you're gonna be next.
I'll say $1,800.
1800.
I like Van Tassel. He comes from the Compton area. He's familiar with these, right?
Now, Mike,
Congrats.
this is in US dollars. Just to clarify.
I wrote it down. $975 and a carton of Decade Red cigarettes.
Okay. That's a really solid answer.
What?
That's me.
Yeah.
Jason,
750.
with the cigarettes or without?
And on behalf of my friend Eric Rocha and an 8-ball. So
Okay. And the 8-ball. Jeez. Kenzie,
2,500.
what?
2500.
Hey, look at those seats. They look
Dad,
Kenzie gets it.
1345.
Oh, what's too low?
1345.
Yep.
Okay. Now, Cheater Trev, you're up.
What the heck? I was gonna say 1350.
1350.
Come on.
Well, guys, that's a point for your boy, James Massetti. Everybody was too high. The lowest answer was Jason with 750. I believe this was 400 Canadian. I want to say maybe 500. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, a pretty sweet deal. It's got to be pretty fun to drive.
The fact that we were legitimately saying that this was worth $1,300.
Yeah, when you really take
tells
a
us
step
that
back and
there's
think about it.
something
Yeah.
off
I
with
think
our-
I said well over 2,000. That's poor judgment.
Yeah.
Trevor, can you zoom in on the pictures a little bit for us?
Well, if you didn't call me Trevor, I probably would. But we're going to go to the next
James,
one.
sorry, my bad.
This is a 3.0 pulling truck, 12 valve. It's a 3.0,
I
obviously.
can make James go away. I'm gonna put him in timeout now. As the host of Let's Grow Pulling, and I, brought Massetti and friends on. I want a little respect, don't you think? But James is my favorite. I feel like James thinks now that he can talk back to me the way his father does. So, all right, James, you're out of timeout now. We're back to the game.
Okay, thanks. Am I still your favorite Massetti?
Yes, of course you
Okay,
are.
cool.
This is the best thing ever.
Am I still your least favorite, Massetti?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, yeah, it's got hydraulic steering, hand throttle. It's ready to go. There's really not much else to say about it. Justin, why don't you kick us off here?
Oh, where's it at? Where's it at?
Let me get back to you on that real quick.
Oh, James, the best part of you is reading everything.
Well,
I need you to read everything.
It's this is coming to us out of 1 second.
What's that second line? It has a 5.9 Cummins.
Cummins recently freshened up by Attitude Diesel.
So is that Ohio or is that out west?
This one is from Burkesville, Kentucky.
Okay. Read that third big paragraph for me, please.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's a 5.9 block and crank. It's got Ross pistons, factory rods, HT bolts, flat tappet cam. It's a 12 valve. It's a Hamilton 12 valve head, CNC ported inconel valves and a Scheid pump with Scheid triple feed injectors. That's really all there is to the truck.
No, keep going. Who's got the turbocharger on it?
It's a 3.0 hard charger. It's got an NV 4500 with a Rockwell rear end, big boy, and it's got a new wrap. So we don't know what the paint looks like underneath, but it's a pulling truck. What can you expect? And it comes with a stainless bed cover, apparently.
It was
Donnie
at
Reeves.
it was at
Donnie Reeves
Diesel in
in
Dark
at
Corner.
59. Donnie Reeves in at 59, James.
59. Okay. Well, let's go to Justin.
I'm gonna say 69,000.
69,000.
Yeah,
That's a really good number.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna move it on to Mike.
JCVT.
$74,000.
74K. Jason Schultz.
Yeah, I'm solid at 60, right on the nuts.
60. Okay. Now Kenzie in the lead right now.
88,000.
What?
Woo!
Playing to
You not playing
88. Okay.
I got one right. That's all. Next game.
Dad.
56,000.
56. Gene Trev.
47.5.
47.5.
That's
And
a steal.
now Uncle Kev, you're gonna close us out.
Trevor.
Hmm.
How'd you come up
One
with that,
person's
buddy?
playing.
I have a feeling I know exactly what's going on here.
No,
Trevor
no,
and
no.
Kevin are both disqualified from this round.
What?
Um,
I did not. cheat.
That's bullshit. I was gonna say.
Uncle Kev, what's your guess?
I was gonna say 47,000.
Oh, okay, 47,000.
But
Well,
I think somebody's maybe Trevor. How'd you come up with that 47.5?
Yeah, talk us through that, Trev.
what's
what
the
brought you to
price?
47?
What's the price?
No, Bree's over in the other room.
No bullshit. Bree's working on homework.
Yeah,
My
Bree's on
hands
the
were up
computer.
here like this, Trev.
Bree's typing in.
I was
What?
texting.
Nobody
No,
fucking
no,
believes
no.
it, Trev. Nobody believes it.
I smell a rat.
Okay.
I'm
Hear
a
me.
SETI rat.
I have a friend who I've been really trying to get to buy a 3.0 pull truck.
So you cheated.
Okay.
His name's
You
Billy.
cheated.
I sent him this a week ago.
Okay, that's
Well,
legit.
Trev, I have ultimate authority. You're going to get half a point, even though you got the direct answer.
That's just.
Did
that's
hey,
just
did
me
I
being
say
on Marketplace.
74,000? Did I
You
say
did, Mike.
74,000? So
Did you mean you meant
well,
47?
I am dyslexic.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't
As-
know if that's been publicly documented.
The
Math is not
dyslexic
strong.
English
So
teacher,
I wrote
Mike.
down 47,000. It
Oh,
just
yeah.
came out, you know.
It happens
is
to the best
bullshit.
of
I'm
us.
protesting.
Fortunately, doesn't mean anything here.
That's cheating.
But
Hey, Mike, did you
anyways,
tell our
we're gonna.
California friends what you did tonight before the show?
Oh, I killed a deer.
Oh, nice.
Do you guys get to kill deer in
Way
California?
to go, Mike. Oh yeah, all the time.
Cool. I think we have the actual seller. Kerry Williams says I sold it too cheap. This is the first time ever in the history.
Oh,
of
Terry.
Is that Kerry's listing?
Look at right there. I sent it to him on Friday. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, it
You
is
shouldn't
sold.
cheat, Trevor. You
It
shouldn't.
is. It's Kerry Williams' truck.
Oh, Kerry's watching. This is cool.
Well, that is cool. Well,
Cheat. That's pretty
the
rad.
next time you're selling something, Kerry, send it over my way, and we'll make a deal happen for sure.
We could have got you more than that.
Yeah,
Kerry,
I
did
mean,
that
clearly-
pull,
At least
Kerry,
a
did that
high
pull
five
with
or
KTPA or TNT? What other?
Mid-South.
Mid-South. No, yeah, Mid-South. Battle of the Bluegrass. Wonder who that pulled with.
I want to know, was it at Diesel's and Dark Corners? Because it's a 3.0 truck, and I'm convinced that every single 3.0 diesel was at
There's
Diesel's and Dark
62
Corners,
of them
other than the California guys.
That is a great question. While we find out, let's quickly promote Trevor's senior project
I
again.
love this part.
It's he's building a garden tractor sled. Don't mind the little typos in this deal here, but it's a great project. He's looking for parts and donations to help fund it. He's working with 2 other members of the Cal Poly Tractor Pull team. Reach out to him there. His contact information's on the left, and find out what you can do to help. It's a great project. I don't want to take away from the show too much. Did we find out if it was in diesel?
It did not. It couldn't get it down there. And next time he sells a truck, he's checking with his broker, James Massetti, first.
Yeah, perfect. Let me turn on the light real quick. 1 second, folks. All right, I'm back. And we're going to move on to our next listing. We got a trike.
I love how they spell trike.
With a V8. It's a 350. I believe this is a fully custom frame.
We want people to play along. For those of you watching home.
Yes. Oh, please play along.
Yes.
Yes, we'd love it. It's got a power glide. It's brand new tires, and it's coming to you from Colorado. Unfortunately, the pictures and information on this trike is rather limited. You'll notice I had to crop out like half of this image because the thumb kind of took up most of it. But it's got these sweet lights here, and yeah, I mean it's a pretty cool motor. It's a really nice firewall. Love that. Yeah, it's a cool little trike. This time we're gonna kick it off with Mike Idle. What do you think about this trike, Mike?
$8,000.
$8,000. And Jason, how about you?
$6,900.
$6,900. Kenzie?
$6,500.
$6,500. And Dad?
I'm gonna go for $3,250.
$3,250. Keep in mind, this is a brand new 350. Trevor?
Sorry, 4,300.
4,300.
He had to check with his broker, Bree.
Yeah, which friend was looking for a trike this past week?
He's got a crew of them there. I know it.
Mm-hmm. Cheating Trev. That's what we call him now.
Yeah. Uncle Kev, you're up.
What was Trevor's guess?
4,300.
I should probably just guess that, but 44.
44. Okay. And Justin, you're going to close us out here.
I'm guessing this guy's really proud of this thing, so I'm going to say 10 grand.
10 grand.
Connie Reeve came in 15.
That was a great assumption because he listed it for 20 grand.
Oh!
Which, I mean, when you really think about it,
Really
it
proud.
is a brand new. It's a 350, presumably a crate motor. It's got a power glide. That just the drivetrain there. That's worth a good amount. You know,
That guy will never. He will never sell that.
No, of course not.
No.
But, I mean, it's cool to dream.
No, Donnie and Lori Reeve might drink one too many of them cha-chas.
It is a 2-seater. That's pretty.
Yeah, I
nice.
just noticed that. That's a difference maker. That's a game changer.
Now we're gonna move on to another trike, but this is actually the inverse in every way possible. This is a Camaro that was converted to a motorcycle. So it's got a motorcycle engine with 2 front tires and 1 back tire. Now, before I tell you a little bit about this Camaro, feel free to take a look at it.
This thing's in California.
Yes, it is.
That's about an hour from here.
Yes, it is. Justin sent me this listing a couple days ago. And so I figured, it's not fair to have him make a guess here, but it's also not fair to exclude him and not allow him the chance to get a point here. So we're going to play a special game just for Justin. And we kind of established the precedent of a spelling bee before. So Justin, 1 point, your word is indictment. And
I already lost.
You got it. I believe in you, Justin.
No, I
It's
already lost.
indictment.
I'm good.
Okay,
If I could spell, I wouldn't drive truck for a living.
well, that's fair enough. I did put into an AI software asking it for a word that 1 in 5 33-year-old fathers in Central California would get correct to establish the odds.
Yeah.
So it's fair enough.
The 1 in 5 are truck drivers that can't spell it, or the 4 out of 5.
That's a hell of a word to associate with like 33-year-old dads too.
Yeah, I don't know what I mean. I can't really. It probably knows better than I do. So
in all fairness, James, I really don't remember what the price of this was. I was talking to your dad about it earlier, and I didn't look. I really don't know what it is, but I won't.
You're
guess.
welcome to guess as well if you'd like.
Okay, well, I'll guess, but for no point. I'll go last. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Jason Schultz. Oh, let me tell you about it first. So these are not actual Camaro body panels. They're all new aftermarket panels, which you could see there's a little bit of fitment problems, possibly due to the fact that the back half was converted to a motorcycle. But it's nothing that can't be worked out. It's a 98 Honda Valkyrie. That's the heart of this vehicle, with Volkswagen suspension and disc brakes. It's clearly needs a little bit of touching up, a little bit of final details, but it's a pretty cool little project.
Did it run when it was parked?
I can't say for sure, but I'm guessing for sure. Yeah.
I have a question. How do you spell trike?
Well, apparently it's TRYKE because the other listing did the same thing. It really, I mean, I guess like tricycle. I don't know where they're, but that's still
but you don't spell bike BYKE. It's bicycle. It's tricycle. Like I don't know where they're doing it wrong.
But I don't know if we should judge them on their spelling. Look at their creativity and the shit they're building. I mean, come on. They can
over-the-counter drugs are a wonderful thing.
They are.
And I'm not.
Who the hell thought of this?
Right. They might have spelled
when
it
did
right.
Massetti and friends turn into a spelling bee? That's what I want to know.
I'm not.
Spelling bike with a Y from now on.
I can't be on here if it's going to be a spelling bee.
Justin, we only spell when we have we did that to Cackle guy, right? Fagundes?
Yeah.
You had a tie, right?
Yeah, there was a tie at some point.
He still won't talk to me. But
he still won't talk to you?
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
So we're going to start off with Jason.
10 grand.
10 grand, okay. And Kenzie?
12 grand.
12. Mr. MLN?
I'm going to go 6,200.
6,200. Cheating Trev?
I think 9,500.
9,500. Now Uncle Kev.
Just to prove it, Schultz, I wrote this down earlier. I put 10,000 as well.
You say 99.99 then.
10,000. Okay. And Justin, you want to take a shot at it?
I'll just say $1. Go with
$1.
$1.
Okay. And Mike, you're gonna close us out.
$9,000.
9,000. Okay. Well, folks, it is 10 grand. Jason and Uncle Kev both get the exact answer. I'm not gonna.
I want to go to a spelling bee. I want to go to a spelling bee for the 3 points. I want to.
I'll do it.
It's looking like it's close, considering we have 4 people right now tied for first place with 3 points. Just to give you a quick little recap, it's Jason, Kenzie, Uncle Kevin, and Justin Van Tassel, all with 3 points, and Trevor with 1/2 point, and me with 1 full point. So right now, it's getting tight. I believe we have 2 more listings tonight. And without further ado, I told, I got to be honest, I told Justin what to expect in this show, and one of them, an Amish buggy. It's in really good shape. It's got brakes and lights, nice condition, obviously, and it's coming to you from Jefferson, South Dakota. It's a sweet unit.
Stop. Somebody listed an Amish buggy on Facebook Marketplace.
Yes, that's correct.
What is this? James, I have to know the seller's name. If it's Jebediah Yoder or some shit like that, tell me.
Give me just one moment, Jason. I will find that
This
out
is
for you.
important for my.
If it's that guy from that racetrack, I will buy it.
You got a Corsa data acquisition on it?
Oh man, this is from Louis Fleschner. That is an Amish name.
Louis is a pretty common Amish name.
Is it L-O-U or L-E-W first name?
It's L-E-W-I-S.
Yep, that's how they spell it.
Yeah.
I bought a chainsaw from Louis Kaufman. He's the Amish guy right up the road.
I gotta say, I'm looking through this guy's profile. He has a lot of wagons and buggies for sale. I don't know if he's
RJ Simon of Amish buggies.
We have an Amish community just north of us. Like, I kind of know what these go for, and they're more expensive than you'd think.
It's for sale, but not on sale.
Well, we're going to start with Kenzie. What do you think about this Amish buggy?
It's got lights, Kenzie.
15 grand.
Well,
I'm sorry, what?
Hey,
I might have oversold that last statement.
15 grand?
Yeah, Amish got money.
Well, they will if somebody buys this. Dad, you're going to go next.
Shit, I don't know. 3,800.
3,800.
I gave direction.
Now, Trev.
I was gonna say like 2,200.
2,200. Uncle Kev.
This is tricky.
Yep. That's the nature of the show.
I nailed that Camaro though.
You did.
It's an Amish buggy. They pull it by horse.
Presumably, yes.
2,750.
Gotcha. Justin.
I'll say 25 hundo.
2,500. And Mike.
I'm in at $6,000. These things start at about $10,000 new.
Jet.
See.
And Jason Schultz.
$4,999.
4,900.
Yep, yes, sir. $4,999. Yep.
Well, it's 750, guys.
Jesus.
What? Who bid it all?
I get a
That's a
second
steal.
point. Yeah, it is. It really is. And I'm surprised.
Mike Idle, you shut your hole from now on.
I think
live next to the Amish. I bought a chainsaw from Jebediah. No, you didn't buy.
Definitely influenced it a little bit.
My bad, y'all. Hey, maybe the Macon County Amish are just, on a different level or something.
Yeah, because we know how. Yeah.
Well, Jason, I think you'll have a little bit more of an idea on this one. I've got a little attachment.
Is that a stripper pole?
Yes, sir, it is. It mounts straight into your hitch. It's if you can see, it's got a little text up there that says "lean in," and this truck is squatted. It didn't get a great picture. This is taken from a video, but it's a squatted truck from Louisiana, and the gentleman is looking to trade for subwoofers, which.
Well, there's your price right there.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
No. He gave a dollar amount.
Yeah.
He's selling just to hit.
Yes.
It's 8 feet tall. It's clearly, it's pretty sturdy.
What's the weight capacity on that rascal?
I can't say for sure, but it's tied into the frame. And
the truck was not squatted before the last dancer, kind of did her thing.
Frame was
Don't know the timeline of when the squat happened.
Got them big
Yeah.
girls on there.
Yeah. Well,
It is
we're going
a
to start
weekday.
off with Dad. What do you think about this lovely attachment?
Well, first of all, you were asking me, right, Jay?
Yeah.
First of all, I think it's cool as hell.
Yeah, of course. Naturally.
But price wise, I mean, that sucker's priceless. But I'm going to say this guy's reasonable. I think $115.
Yeah, I understand that. He probably wants to share the love a little bit.
Yes.
Has that got a girl's name on top?
No, it just says leanin'.
Okay.
No G, just leanin'.
Leanin'. Okay.
Trev.
I'm gonna go. Shoot. I mean, I feel like it's got to be this one. $69.
Yeah. No, that's a great guess.
I feel like that's reasonable.
James, see that comment?
I did not. I can't see comments.
Does that truck license plate say SMU graduate? So.
No, but if I get a sponsorship, it might. Uncle Kev.
I gotta say, this is inappropriate. This listing is inappropriate.
Yeah.
Pine Sol, that's probably a good thing. I'm gonna go with $238. Locked in.
Locked in. Gotcha.
Donnie Reeves in at $69 and a bottle of Pine Sol. James.
Okay. Justin Van Tassel.
You know, when you said that car would go good with your Amish buggy and stripper pole, I thought that was a combo, not two separate things.
Oh, understood.
So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Trevor said $69. I'm gonna say $69.69.
Wow.
You son of a bitch.
I love it. Mike Idle. You're
300
next.
bones.
$300.
So, sheesh.
And Jason.
201.
201. And Kenzie.
247.
247. Well, last listing of the night, and Jason, unfortunately, you're $1 over. That would have given you the win.
Why did I say 201?
And actually, this is going to Brian Massetti, gives him 1 point, but more importantly, there is still a tie for first place between Jason, Kenzie, Uncle Kevin, and Justin Van Tassel.
Spell off.
Now I'm gonna leave it up to the fans here. I've got plenty more in my phone. We can go more marketplace, or we can do a spell off. There's a
15-second delay.
timeout.
James, there's a 15-second delay.
Okay,
Let the
let's
people decide, James.
We'll let the people decide. While we do that, we'll go back and once again
Do a
show
recap.
this
I'll be right back.
awesome senior project. It's Trevor, Brandon, and Brad. They're all great guys. They're looking for parts, donations. Just reach out to Trevor. Or myself. I'll take a little off the top.
James, do you think about this every day? Facebook Marketplace?
Most days, Jason.
I do too. I like it legitly is my favorite. I love it.
Yeah, especially when it comes like Saturday or Sunday. I do this. I make the presentations while I'm eating, and then I'll just go down a rabbit hole and just be looking through whatever Jeff from North Dakota had put on Facebook 4 years ago, and just
So John Bohr
it's a
says
process.
marketplace. Donnie Reeves says spell off. We need somebody to break the tie.
Well,
Next
we need
comment breaks the tie.
We need a tiebreaker again. Gosh. Because I've got some great ones here. I'm happy to do either way. I'll consult my friend ChatGPT here for some spelling bee words. Any more input from the viewers?
No, we have a large audience tonight because of RJ Simon, and of course they've stuck around.
Looks like we're spelling people.
We're spelling.
Yeah.
Spell off.
Okay, sounds good. Well, anyone who would like to omit themselves from the competition, that's okay. We do have Jason, Kenzie, Uncle Kev, and Justin.
Hey, what if they could either spell or use the word in an incredible sentence?
Deal. And you don't have to use it correctly as long as the sentence is incredible.
Right.
Pepper Hartman says marketplace. Oh no! Oh, market. Oh, here we now we got 3 marketplaces and 2 spell-offs.
Well, how about this? We're gonna do.
Let's do one of each.
One of each, and if there's another tiebreaker after that, so be it. We'll deal with it.
Mike, how you feeling, Mike Idle?
I'm golden. I want to see how this thing lands.
All right, let me get a good one for y'all. I've got it.
How do we do the spell off?
We'll do the spell off in a moment. We're gonna do the marketplace first, okay? And our first tiebreaker.
I take horror ads for $200, Alex.
Let me put it on the. Let me see it so I can see the screen. Let me put it to my camera. I'm just gonna show you on my phone. If you can.
Where is James? Where's James?
Oh, gotta make him big.
We got this sweet Pontiac PT Cruiser. Okay.
PT Cruiser.
Yeah, she's jacked
Pontiac.
up.
Did you say Pontiac?
Oh, I'm sorry, Chrysler. I
Chrysler.
don't know. What yeah.
Rad.
It's got 50,000 miles on it. It's a 4x4 on steroids. It's got a 383 stroker with an auto. It's on a 3/4 ton Chevy frame. It's got a new exhaust, new drive shaft, runs excellent, very solid, minimal rust. And they have an extra set of small tires for the lucky buyer. Let me grab another picture here. You can see there's a little bit of a paint mismatch. Nothing really that's too concerning.
Did you say what kind of motor it has?
It's a 383 stroker.
Okay.
Now that's the interior there. You can see it's a little gutted, but still looks pretty comfortable. It's got the cloth seats. There you go. Check this out. That's the dash panel. Looks about like you'd expect.
Yeah.
And guess what, guys? Still got the back seats.
Yeah.
You could take a whole crew around for riding this thing. So without further ado, our first tiebreaker, it's we're just gonna do those eligible for the win in the interest of the integrity of this tiebreaker round. We're gonna start with Jason. Jason, what do you think?
8,500.
They're asking 8,500, and Kenzie
7,700.
7,700, and Uncle Kev.
Am I the last one?
No, Justin is the last one.
Oh, shoot. Can I have, what were the other bids?
Who wants to buy a vowel, James?
No vowels, unfortunately. Jason was 8,500. Kenzie was 7,700.
I mean, it doesn't get much simpler than this, Kevin.
Well, Justin's gonna 70. I'm gonna say we're gonna say 75. We're gonna say 7,500.
7,500. And Justin, you're gonna be the last guess here.
Say 10 grand.
10 grand. Well, folks, I cannot believe it. It's $6,000.
Oh,
And, I make the rules. I'm giving myself another point. That's 3 points. I am now tied for first with everybody else.
Whoa. You said only the people in the tiebreaker.
Shut up, Mike. This is my game.
My game. Mike
And,
just got
the
slapped.
rule stands regardless of the round. If anybody goes over,
Fair's
then,
fair. Fair's fair.
fair's fair. I
Shut
don't
up,
make
Mike.
the rules. Well, now we're in an awkward situation here because we do have to go to the spelling bee, and I'm gonna have to participate as well. So I'll let who should be. I'll let Dad do the.
No,
my
Mike
word.
should.
Oh, you know what? Mike should do them all. Mike, why don't you go down the list? It's Jason, Kenzie, Uncle Kevin, Justin, and myself. And you give us the words, the spelling bee words.
Yeah, we all have to have a different word, John.
Should I pull from a book off my shelf and grab a vocabulary book grab a random word, or should I come up with them off the top of my head?
It's completely up to you.
All right.
You can say, "Shut up, James."
Who's up first?
I'll go first to settle any disputes here.
Your word is unambiguously.
Whoa.
He's looking
Okay.
at
You can either spell the word or make a fantastic sentence, right?
I'm gonna go with
No, you
spelling.
have to. So, quick caveat: you have to spell it the way I have it written down, and I'm not an essentially really strong speller. So,
Perfect.
we're not going to Google here. We're going with what I've got written on my.
This sounds like
I love it.
Sounds like I might win.
Taste of Bush Light. Look at a picture of my wife from high school.
Mike, I'm ready. Unambiguously, UNAMBIGUOUSLY.
That is incorrect, my
Fair
man.
enough.
It's
So do we keep-
OUSLY.
Do we keep this word till someone gets it right, or we go to a new one?
New word.
I think you go to a new word, but equal difficulty.
Okay. Who's up next?
Kevin.
Kevin Massetti, your word is circumnavigation.
Jesus Christ. What are the options? Can I spell it or use it in a word, in a sentence?
You got to spell it the way I have it written down on my paper here. I think I did spell these right. I think I spelled them right.
Well, I can confirm you spelled the first one wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say, James had that
But
one
hey,
right.
the game is the game. I let you make the rules.
You're so on it. So that last you put in there, I'll be darned. Now we know.
Rules are
Hey,
rules.
no, it's fair. It's however Mike spells it. I can't complain with that. So
Okay. So we're doing circumnavigation.
Yes.
I can do either one. You want me to spell it or use it in a proper
Nah, let's hear you spell
story?
it.
I'm gonna do a long story. So 17. No, I'll spell it. Let me think. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Circumnavigation is your vocabulary word.
CircumNavigation. O-N.
That's what I've got.
Nailed, you fools. You're all done.
It's Kevin prods around his winning from the Golden State Invitational. Brian, this is good for pulling out west. I'm sure it is.
No, you couldn't be further from the truth.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we might need to circle back our marketing efforts here. This is fun, yeah.
Okay, so I won.
Well, don't the other two get a shot?
Nope.
3.
Did he win? Who's up next? I'm waiting on the.
Me.
I'm looking for one for you.
Damn,
Here's a good one. All right, and this one's out of a book, so now we know it's right. So you have to get it the way the book spells it. Mercenaries.
Oh, you'll never get
I've
that.
never heard that word in my life.
What'd she say?
I don't think I've heard that word in my life.
MERCINARIES.
It's an E instead of an I. That's incorrect.
Good try, Schultz. Loser.
Now, I believe
Kevin's going to the timeout box because nobody gets talked to the host like that. So I just want to be clear, even though this is shut up.
I believe it'll be Kenzie next, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, Kenzie.
Kevin's just drinking beer back in the green room.
Kenzie, your word is consequence.
Why could I? That's easy.
That's easy.
Okay. You ready, Mike?
Yep.
CONSEQUENCE.
Way to go, Kenzie.
That one wasn't hard.
Yeah,
No, it
fucking
really
fourth
wasn't.
grade. Lunch ticket.
Do we have one left?
Yeah, Justin, you're up next.
Justin's like, I stayed up late for this.
Give me like the 4th grade edition.
It's only 8:45 out there.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Do the Trump dance, Kevo.
Oh, can we use proper nouns? This is good.
It's your game, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Let's do a little Japanese history in here too. Your word is Hiroshima.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
That's so easy.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's just like Nagasaki.
Hiroshima.
Both of them are easy.
Let's say, I don't know. I think it's trying to think of how it's spelled. I was trying to think of it. You see it all the time on the news. They always have nuclear something there.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
kind
that
of
was just one time they had a nuclear thing.
Yeah, but it lasts a long time, Kevin.
Yeah, it was like one
It doesn't just
big
go
time.
away.
It was in the 40s. 1940s.
Let's say I'm gonna go HIRSH.
Oh, you forgot the O, dumbass. Hero. Hero tassel.
Justin,
I
always.
did
forgets
spell
to
unambiguously wrong.
Wait a second. Did Jason get his word right?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm a mercenary. No, you can pick on me, Justin. It's okay. I won't put you in the penalty box. It's okay. I don't know where Justin went. It's weird how that works.
So
Well-
are we giving? Does James get, since he spelled
No.
it correctly? Is he
No,
still
the
in?
rules of the game were if it was Mike's
No,
word.
yeah. I sat there. I was like, I'll be damned. I feel
Yeah,
like we
no.
should reinstate him.
No,
However,
no,
Mike
you
wrote
I
it.
said-
teach English
It's
in
however
Missouri,
Mike
not
wrote it.
California.
No. It's at the end of the day, I'm the boss, and James is my boy, and Mike, I trusted you, and you let me down. I'm not. So James is back in. James, Kevo, and old consequence over here.
I really don't know what to do now. I mean,
Let's go back to Facebook. We can't go back to Facebook Marketplace because
Rock,
that's
paper,
it.
scissors.
I will concede this race, and we'll just do Kenzie and Uncle Kevin.
Facebook Marketplace.
We
Oh,
will we'll do one more marketplace listing, just a heads up
Just to
battle,
show you. Just don't get
and winner takes all. I've got for you this.
GSI t-shirt.
I'm already wearing this sweatshirt.
You already got a GSI sweatshirt on.
I've got you this awesome vehicle.
Hummer.
I don't believe this is actually a Hummer, but it is a military vehicle.
That is,
Yeah, definitely.
that's a Hummer.
Well,
Interesting.
yeah.
But might that be a real Hummer?
I don't think it's a real Hummer. It does look like a Hummer, but
Scroll over.
yeah, I'm going. I mean, this thing could
Probably that Amish guy in South Dakota, full Floyd.
It probably is. Yeah.
Lewis.
Does it have a motor or is it a horse drawn?
This one I do believe has a motor. That's all for the pictures. I'll tell you a little bit about it.
Is that thing from Hiroshima?
As Justin Van Tassel said, Hiroshima.
Hiroshima.
I
I don't even know what word Jason had, but same thing.
It was mercenaries, smart ass.
Hey, 5
Okay.
minutes ago you called me dumbass, so I'm getting smarter.
Well, this is coming to you out of Madison, Alabama. It's been driven 5,900 miles. It's got a rebuilt title somehow. It's which how the hell do you wreck this thing? I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. But
Remember that time your brother drove the semi truck around the racetrack at 4 a.m? It was similar to a situation like that. But
Yeah.
on a little more sketchy terrain.
yeah, probably. It's
In
got a
Alabama.
6.5 turbo.
Ooh. It's a Hartz turbocharger.
It's a
Work stock diesel truck puller, 2.5 work stock.
It's got
Says
a
this was-
6.5? That's big.
yeah. It says this was not a typical auction unit. It started its life as a non-armor M1165. So the armor was added afterwards,
It was a transport vehicle.
possibly. That's really all there is. It's got 2 Voss launchers. I'm not sure what that is.
Clearly military. I
Voss.
think it's what bombed. It's probably what bombed Hiroshima.
It probably is. Unfortunately, this is a 2010 model, a couple years off, but close. So this is just a heads up. It's Kenzie and Uncle Kev.
Kenzie goes first because she's the lady.
Can't argue with that. Kenzie,
Don't go too high because he'll
I
kill
know.
$1 yet. Oh, said he'll shine into his chrome dome over there.
11 grand.
Ooh.
11 grand.
Ooh, that's tough.
Now Uncle Kev.
Yeah, that's because I either go 1101 or 1. And I was hoping she'd go like 75,000 or 1,000. She's really got me.
And you know what?
Nobody takes longer than Uncle Kev.
Yeah.
No, nobody.
You
No.
can make popcorn and butter it by the time old Uncle Kev. You get back to your chair and turn Netflix on and let it cool.
What did she say again, James? What did she say?
She said 11,000.
Can you use it in a sentence?
11,000. Ooh.
Take your time, Kev.
We got all night.
Today,
So
Junior.
it's almost midnight.
This has got to be 11,001. Yep. I'm locking it in.
Well, you're real close. It is $145,000.
Oh, shit.
So we were a little off there.
Do that again. Do that again. Do that again.
That guy's
Sure.
nuts.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
I was not even close.
No, not about 130 some thousand.
You're
I don't think
about
the government
134,000 off. Kev was about 133,999 off.
We'll call No and find out what the government paid for that because that's
Yeah.
some bullshit.
tell ya.
That guy's crazy.
I thought it'd be lower because it's Alabama.
Do the machine guns work?
I don't believe so.
No.
But
Me and
yeah,
Kenzie
well,
will give him 1101. That's all.
Yes, that's all we get.
well, Uncle Kev will get the win there. A really intense tiebreaker round or a couple rounds. It's been great having me here, and my Uncle Kev here is gonna win a GSI T-shirt.
That's
And,
so good.
That's awesome.
Not sure what
Yeah.
size and not sure what year.
No, we are not. We don't
Doesn't
even know
matter.
if we have any left. But we are going to celebrate this for sure. Big win.
Way to go, Jay. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Well, thanks all for having me. And
I want to thank our guest, Justin Van Tassel. Justin, thanks
Yes.
for coming on.
yeah,
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Never, ever pick on the sled operator.
Nah.
Ever. That's the dumbest thing
True.
you feller can do. Right? Always be nice. Even if they're ugly, you tell them they're pretty.
there you go.
Justin's going, shit, I don't know if I'm pretty, right? But it's all good, but that's all good. So this has been another exciting edition of Massetti and Friends, highlighted by James Massetti, of course. Skipping throughout random college buildings at the SMU campus, somewhere deep in the heart of Texas. Joined by Trevor Massetti, Justin Van Tassel, the sled operator unveiled tonight of the red Terminator X sled. Brian Massetti, owner of MLM. Mike Idle, our what is Mike?
English teacher.
He's our co-host.
Yeah.
And Kevin. It's been great. Brian, who do we got coming on next week?
I'm going to try to get Dr. Mark Zons to join us again. We'll figure out his internet maybe. I'd like to get
Maybe
him
we
on
can go
here.
over to Bree's bedroom. Join Trevor there. Better Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
maybe.
mean, it would work. It would
Could,
work.
but I will be, you know what? Next week will be, hi Bree. Next week will be really cool because the boys will be here at home.
Oh yeah,
So-
I forgot about that.
I'm pretty excited about that. Anyways,
Yes.
Road trip.
Actually,
That's awesome.
yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys. Thank you everybody for joining tonight. Jason, Kinsey, Michael, thank you for doing this. I know it's late. Appreciate you guys hanging in with us.
We
This
had
is
a
going
great show opening with RJ Simon tonight, talking about the biggest payout in the history of pulling. They got 29 4-wheel drive trucks. There is a spot for the yellow fever, Brian, if you want it. Just get
Yes.
$2,500 buy it. So
Yeah. Problem
And
is,
there's a 650 motor limit. They're not doing big mountains.
geez, we can't go then. Our 788-inch motor is not going to cut it.
Dad, I thought it was 870.
I'm dyslexic too, like
Okay.
Mike. Yeah. So,
47,000.
yeah. If we didn't just put on that huge tractor pull a week and a half ago, then I might have $2,500 that I could put towards that entry fee. But
Yeah.
anyways, we had a good time.
Justin, say something amazing.
Let's grow pulling.
Kevin, say something amazing about the Massetti family.
Same thing. Let's grow pulling. Good job.
James, say
Let's-
something amazing.
Let's grow pulling. I am so excited.
Bree, tell Trevor to say something amazing.
let's go polling.
Oh, I love it.
That's what I was gonna say.
B-Man.
I'm going to say thank you for giving us this platform to get through the wintertime without pulling. We'll just talk about pulling and we'll grow it that way. How's that?
Yep, I agree. That's what good friends do. Michael, take us home, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Let's Grow Pulling. Every single Monday night, join us for a guest along with our segments. And then the most fun of all, Massetti's and Friends all the way out in California. Folks, pulling is fun. Have a great evening.
Let's make some noise. Good running. John Deere out of Motion, Iowa coming up. We got more right behind you.